Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Peace and greetings, everyone. Welcome, 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 welcome on in. How are you all doing? How are you all feeling? How we doing? How we feeling? Wow. Wow. Happy Friday to everyone, especially those of you where it is Friday around the world. I just want to welcome you on into welcome on into the Blue Room. Welcome on in, universal citizens from galactic citizens from across the globe. I want to make sure that you all can hear me. Wow. Look at the Blue Room. Yeah, welcome on in. Greetings to everyone who is joining us. Welcome on in, Boss Lady Dominique. Good to see you. Welcome on in, Feminine Masculine R1. Welcome in, Gotti77. Welcome on in, Chaz. Welcome on in, Evil. Reign Supreme. You don't reign supreme over here, but we do welcome you on in. Now, that is for sure Maria. Maria, welcome on in. Brittany Vise is in the building. Want to say greetings to Lola Falana. Welcome on in. Sherelle is in the building. Welcome on in. Roz Lee is in the building. How are you all feeling? How are you all doing? Welcome in, Jennifer Bliss. Are we feeling the vibes of this full moon, this pink full moon? It is a pink Friday. Shout out to Nicki Minaj in the Pink Friday. But it is definitely a pink Friday here because we are feeling the energy of this full moon, and this energy of this full moon is actually happening as we speak. I know you all can feel it right now. Can you all feel it? You all just let me know. Let's do a little check-in here. I just got through getting some more of my liquid magic, the veil breaker. And what a perfect time for us to have this. Oh my goodness. Welcome in, Taylor. Taylor was the first one. Taylor is the one who opened the doors. Taylor opened the doors for us here in the Blue Room to let everyone in. Welcome on in, Taylor. Welcome on in, Morgan Mystic. Wait, Morgan Mystic for Life. Welcome in. Love that name, sis. Good to see you. Free Society Beats is in the building. Journey is in the building, kicking it in the kitchen with Queenie. Good to see you in the building. Miss Rich is here. My. Mega Miss Little is in the building. You all, please do me a favor. And by the way, if you're new here, please let me know because I want to be the first to say, welcome. Welcome on in. Bridget B is in the building. Gold Leaf is here. But let me know what state, what country you are checking in from. True to 8 is here. Where you're checking in from. And if this is your very first time, listen, I'm so grateful for all the new people who have been reaching out and who have been connecting. It has been a divine blessing getting to know you. Whether you came here, this is your first time that you're here, whether you've been a long time listener or you are returning. Minga Lee is in the building. Welcome in. Priestess Brandy is here. Jennifer Bliss is in the building. Tanika Pringle is here representing Greeneville. Honey, I could tell you some stories about Greeneville. South Carolina. Love it. It's beautiful country down there. My mother's family, side of the family is from there, near the Myrtle Beach area, King Street, Florence, all of that particular area. Michelle is in the building. Good to see you, Michelle. Michelle was here early as well. Michelle is here. And welcome on in. And yeah. No, we don't do spookiness here. I know what the name means. I know what evil means. I know the real meaning. Evil reigns supreme. I know what it means. I know all about it, baby. The question is, do you know about it? Because if real recognize real, if you knew about it, then you wouldn't be saying, if you understood what I was really saying to you, then you would see past what you're putting up there. So hey, it's all good. I understand it's a very sensitive time right now. We got this full moon in Libra, and we are going to talk about it. I was so torn tonight. I was very, very torn tonight. And I kind of talked to my guides about it because, all day, yeah, we real spicy right now, Jennifer, baby. We so spicy. We so spicy. Welcome. We are so spicy right now, and I am here for all the spice. I ooh, I got something for y'all. I got something for y'all. I am you, Jennifer. You just don't know how you are channeling right now, my dear. You are channeling. You are channeling so well. I'm gonna let you know just how well you're channeling. But I want to say welcome to everyone on in. That's right. Happy Venus Day, because it truly is Venus Day. And hold on. I wasn't going to do this. But when the channels, I was always told that when a real channel comes in, that you need to honor that channel. You need to honor it. You need to honor that channel. And so, even before we get into the commentary of what we're going to be speaking here tonight, because I got to go back. Let me go back. Let me go back to Jennifer. I got to find Jennifer's comment, because without Jennifer's comment, this reality would not even be. This reality of what's happening would never happen. And I want to show y'all what real time freaking badass magic looks like. Me and Baby Blue have been working on something for months and months and months and months and months and months and months, for many, many, many moons. And I wasn't going to share it just yet because it still needs a little bit more refining, you know, just a little bit more. And I was just in the midst of sort of kind of questioning myself a little bit because of the title of the show tonight, because I have so much that I want to share with you all here collectively. And, you know, sometimes I get overly excited. Well, in the past, I would get overly excited, but I have learned how to navigate that space a little better. And I'm definitely a sign. I mean, I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl, as they say. I'm just a girl, but I am so here for all of the divine signs and symbols, and really getting outside of my comfort zone and moving outside of my fear. And I said, if I get a sign tonight, and if my guides send me a sign tonight, that I would stop what I was doing, like literally stop in my tracks, and I would surrender. So I'm going to surrender. This is what I have been working on behind the scenes for a very, very long time. And soon you all, well, those who are interested, will be able to partake. What you're looking at here is my very own special custom blend of hot sauce, and it's called She Drips Fire. Coming to a grocery store soon near you. She drips fire, baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And Jennifer, I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you, Jennifer. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for listening to the ancestors. I will be gifting you your very own special signed bottle of She Drips Fire when it is ready, because you listened to the divine and spoke those words freely from your soul and just unleashed what came to you naturally and organically as this download that is coming in. And here it is. And let me tell you, she drips fire, baby. She drips fire. As it says on the bottle, divine, dangerously delicious. Dangerously delicious. She drips fire. Yeah. So, yeah, that's one of my behind the scenes. And we got the box, our final box, after going through lots of trials and error of them, just a week or so ago. And so I have been contemplating the right time to just share this. Of course, with you guys, I would share first, and then, of course, it would be out in the world. But She Drips Fire. And yes, the name, of course, I channeled it. I wouldn't be the oracle if I didn't. She drips fire, and it is so good. When I say, oh my goodness, I really want to call it an elixir and not a hot sauce because it works so well with so many things. It's sweet, it's tangy, it's not too hot that it's unbearable because I don't really like it. Fresh ingredients and all of this coming together. So, I want to officially let you all know, and Baby Blue told me to please share this role. She was the one cheering me on, saying, Mom, you can do it. You can do it. And when I came up with this name, I woke up with this name in my spirit a couple of months ago. And when I heard it, and I told Baby Blue, and I seen the expression and the look on her face, she drips fire. Oh my gosh, she got so excited. She did all the behind scenes. She's working on the website, working on merch, making the business contacts, contacting different vendors and stores, and she's been really, really very instrumental in this, and I am forever grateful. And like I told her, even if it is only celebrated by us, it's still divine. Even if it's only celebrated by friends and family, I it's so divine. It was a vision that I had, and I took the necessary steps to make that vision come true. Now, I'm going to slow down unless one of you say something else and I have to unleash some of the other things that's coming out. But I promise I'm going to try to, no, I'm not going to try to do things according to what I was trained. I've never, even though I went to school and studied business marketing and merchandising, I've never followed the traditional route of how they say to do marketing and all of this different things. I'm really staying in the intuitive aspect of this. Absolutely, child prophecy. You do get a taste of Ms.Blue in here. You really do. You really, really do. Um, and it's yeah, divine, delicious. No, divine, dangerously delicious. I have some other things on there, but I'm gonna let y'all when you get a hold of She Drips Fire. Cause baby, she drips fire. I think that really kind of speaks to a part of my essence of who I am. I can drip some fire. I can drip some fire on your ass. I really can. But I can also drip some divine delicious things on you as well too. Any chance it will reach the UK? Listen, we keeping all doors open. That would be so divine. I want the whole world to drip to get a taste of She Drips Fire. Can you imagine going in your favorite restaurant and saying, "Excuse me, do you have some?" And they say, "You want some hot sauce?" You say, "Do you have She Drips Fire?" Because, baby, she drips, she drips fire. Yeah, she drips that. She drips the fire. You can put it on whatever you want. Because, listen, it's good. It's really, really good. So, anyway, I'll tell you all more about that as things progress and I'm able to share more, and we're ready for a lot of those next steps to be able to come in. But I want to say thank you because I know a lot of you have entered in. I want to say first thank you to Mega Miss Little. Thank you so much for your super chat donation. Again, thank you to Jennifer as well. Tremel, good to see you. Good to have you here and everything. Yeah, yeah, Gotti, it's gonna be interesting. It's it's about to be real interesting. Yeah, yeah. Hmm. It's about to be very interesting. Welcome on in, Maria, so full of love. Good to see you. Good to see you. So listen, we have to talk about uh this full moon in Libra. We have to talk about it. For those of you who live in America, let us not pretend what time it is. It's been a pretty busy week for me because, for those of us who have to do our taxes here in America, it's been a big week of that for me. So I'm happy to be in this space. Although I am jumping for joy. I had a beautiful opportunity to connect um, via a lot of the Oracle file readings. So, shouts out to everyone this week because I was knocking them out the box, trying to meet the deadline because I only get so many days to, I only get so many days to answer those requests. And in case you don't know it, you send and you get a recording. I give you a channeled recording specifically for you. You get to ask me one question and I channel your message. And I also channel a lot of goodies in there, things for you to do, and things for you to connect with, how you can. It's just a whole magical session, but it's a recorded session that you get to keep and work with, right? And you get to be able to connect and work with your magic with. Thank you so much. Mega Miss Little said, I'm so happy and proud of you, Miss Blue. I've been facing my fears too. Yes, beautiful. I seen your live the other day. You're real. And the energy and your aura was literally taking over the whole island. I was like, oh my goodness, Mega Miss Little is doing her thing. All across the world, your energy can be felt. It is beautiful. It is divine. Please keep it up. So, you all know that the full moon is coming up. So, the full moon is coming up. The full moon energy is technically, I don't know why my damn hands look so big. Maybe it's my glasses. Y'all, I'm looking, I'm like, what's coming to get me? What is coming to get me? But So what's happening what's happening is the full moon energy is coming up and I'm really showing my alien roots here. The full moon is coming up and the energy is really here. It's here now with this Libra full moon. I have strong Libra placements in my astrology chart. Rising sign is Libra. So I'm connected with all of this Venetian energy. And I'm sure you all are as well, because all of us have Libra in our charts, right? Every single person here has Libra in their chart. And we're going to be talking about this energy, but I'm going to do it in a very, 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 very unique way. Welcome to Shaquan, that's just stepping in the building. Tara, uh, Ta, I'm going to miss Mayat stepping in the building. Oh, Sheila is here. Tales of Mill is in the building. Tremel, everyone, welcome on in. Let's get those likes up as well. And so we can let our soul family find us. I'm gonna do my best to stay. She drips fire. I'm just so excited. I'm so excited that I finally don't have to keep this a secret. I'm not good at secrets, but this was a sacred thing. It really wasn't a secret, but this was kind of sacred. So I'm glad that I got to share that with you all. And but I want to say this. I'm gonna give it to you in a very, 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 very unique way. So I'm gonna be kind of honored just to know how you all connect with the energy that I'm going to be sharing with you tonight, and how it resonates with you in your chart. Because even though this is done based on astrology, it is also infused with what I do with my psychic abilities, tapping into the Akashic records. And so there's a lot of that in there. So it's not your traditional astrology, numerology reading. I promise you, you won't be hearing what you hear from me. You're not going to be hearing that anywhere else. This is a turning point. And so I know that I can give you the good, 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 juicy stuff, but I also want to give you that other stuff so we can be well balanced with this energy coming up. And so we can be fully abreast of all of the turning points that we can have so we can empower ourselves, live our best lives, stop being afraid of ourselves, and continue to grow up on planet Earth. So now, yes, grab your notebooks, grab something to write, grab your veil breaker. If you still have some liquid magic, your veil breaker, grab that, but grab you something to write with. But like I said, I was so kind of torn between what was going on and what I wanted to title the show and what I wanted to talk about. I could literally do a part two. But in essence, what also is coming up during this full moon, this pink full moon, right? Um, is Passover, right? For those of you who celebrate. But whether you celebrate Passover or not, I don't want you to get caught in that because it is a Passover moment for everyone on the planet. And I'm going to share some of this channel that I got because tonight, Soul Family, we are crossing timelines. We are literally crossing timelines because this is our personal Passover. So I want you to just kind of take that in for a moment of what we are experiencing here is our very own personal Passover. That's what we're experiencing. This is the crossing out of our old identity. But remember, I told you all, and we know this for sure, is that our old identities expired. How many people here, just by the show of hands, and maybe you can put a crown in the room, or you can, if you're listening to the downloads afterwards, you can definitely put a crown and share this as well. How many of you felt that you crossed out your old identity? Remember when we went back and I told you your IDs have expired? By the way, shouts out to everyone who's a part of the futuristic activation class, which is a part of self invested, the galactic e files. All right. And everyone who's been a part of Self Invested, welcome to all the magic makers, the galactic universal citizens in the building, the divine priestess in the building, everyone, soul family, seen and unseen. We're welcome you. Welcome in Sammy, welcome in Melissa, welcome in King, welcome in Noodles, Zen, welcome Goldleaf, welcome in D Street DSB. Welcome on in, everyone. Priestess Donna Lee, I think I got you earlier, but I will never get you too much. It's such a beautiful blessing to see you in the building. So we know we have been crossing out our old identity, our trauma loops, and what I like to call shadow contracts. Shadow contracts, because contracts have been over, baby. They've been gone. You know how they say been gone? Hey, Christine, they've been gone. Hello, Glenda, uh, Alori, Obey, Shiva. I'm never going to get to the show, but I'm going to stay focused. If you're new here, just come on in. We're family here. So we do this. Priestess Nadra, good to see you. Melissa, good to see you. So shadow contracts, meaning it's some shit that's not real. It's something that was binding you to a agreement, a contract, but it ain't real. It's not real. We finally are crossing those things out, recognizing that we are sovereign beings. I've been telling you guys this forever and ever. Those of you who've been listening to me for years. Those of you who have been listening to me for years know that I've been telling you there is no more soul contract. This is what I want you to imagine. I'm going to give you an analogy, and if you understand, I seen a truck the other day on my street that I didn't think existed. Now, call me ignorant, call me slow. Um, but I seen a truck, and I was in such awe that they caught me staring at them and I had to apologize. I seen a Rent-A-Center truck. I said, Rent-A-Center? I said, they still got Rent-A-Center? I remember Rent-A-Center when I was in college. I remember Rent-A-Center from back in the day. I remember Rent-A-Center one time when uh very, very young. And I remember when we were thinking about we needed a washer and dryer, we was gonna go to Rent-A-Center, where you pay $20 and they go and uh they go and they drop it off, and every week you gotta pay that 20. Do y'all remember Rent-A-Center? Am I the only one? Am I really disclosing my age here? Y'all don't know nothing about no Rent-A-Center? Yeah, from the 80s and the 90s. Do you guys know? Yes, Bridget. Same here. Krim. Krim is laughing, but Krim, I promise you, I thought Rent-A-Center closed down. I said, Rent-A-Center. I am staring at this truck so hard. The man driving is basically asking me, "You all right?" Because I thank you, lovely B. They're asking me, "Are you okay?" Because you still staring at this. Yes. Oh, they still collect and trust and know. Are they? I didn't think that Rent-A-Center was still around, but this is what I do know. I remember one time a coworker of mine had some furniture from Rent-A-Center and she didn't pay. And we were at work one day and she was like, please, 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 I can't afford to get rolled up, but I have to hurry up and get to my house because my kids just called me and Rent-A-Center is about to take that living room set because I'm 3 months behind on my payment. And I got to go cash my check and I'm be late for work because I got to go by Rent-A-Center and pay them this money so they don't take this couch because I'm almost done paying for it. Stay with me. The reason I'm telling you about this story, because she did all of this and it was completely out of my hands, because it was in HR hands at this point of how many times she had been late to work and they were threatening to let her go. She did all of this, ran up to Rent-A-Center to pay this hundred and whatever dollars she owed. And she ended up losing the job and they still took the furniture. Come to find out when she went back through her receipts, she already had finished paying for it. She didn't even have a contract with them anymore. So technically, they wasn't even supposed to take the living room, the coffee tables, the lamps, the rugs, because she said she had everything from Rent-A-Center. The pillows, pictures. Apparently, they kind of like set the whole house up. And I had ran into her a couple of months later. She was working somewhere else. And when she told me the story, she said, I did all of that. And I kept saying to myself, dang, I could have brought 5 living room sets by now. She was out of the contract and didn't know it. The reason I'm bringing this up is because that's what analogy my guides gave me when I came up with the term shadow contract. It's like the shadow self, and sort of not that the shadow self is not real. The shadow self is very real, but our understanding of how we've been taught about our shadow self is not real. Contracts are very real, but what we think about soul contracts is not real. It's a shadow contract that we have been holding ourselves to and doing things in our lives, not because we want to, not because it brings us joy, not even because we are in love with it, with the person or with the thing, but because we feel like there is some sort of soul contract agreement that we are bound to this and it supersedes our free will, it supersedes our consciousness, it supersedes what our heart is telling us, it supersedes what our higher self is telling us, it supersedes what our good damn sense is telling us and what we know to be true in our spirit, and we're suffering. That's a shadow contract. Yeah, that part. So I'm going to continue with this channel. So this isn't just Passover, thinking of it in a religious aspect. I want you to start thinking about Passover. This is your personal Passover, the crossing out of that old identity of yourself, of trauma loops that just keep playing in the background, soul and shadow contracts. You understand? We are painting the blood on the doorposts, not with fear, but we are painting it with awareness. This is our Passover. So the moon, what this full moon is doing here, it's exposing every Pharaoh energy still trying to control our story. And we are saying, no more. Oh, no more. No more. Mm-mm. Are you controlling what's going to happen? No more. None of that. So, the other thing that I want you to think about is that many of you said that you can feel the intensity of this energy, the intensity of the psychic impressions that you're picking up on and that you're feeling at this particular time. I want you to think about, and if you understand the correlation of Passover and then the connection with the Red Sea, and I want you to think about the Red Sea being psychic emotion. You know how powerful that is, right? And so the full moon, this is our Red Sea. And we can either drown in confusion, make a note of that, or we can part the Red Sea with clarity. And many of you, as we stand right now, you are in that position where you might be feeling that you are drowning right now in confusion. And so this is going to be your personal Passover that you can part the Red Sea and do that with clarity. And you'll be able to do that after tonight. You'll be able to part your Red Sea with clarity. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because this is where intuition is your staff. This is literally intuition is your staff that you are going to take it and you're going to do like that just like Jesus, you're going to part the Red Sea. You're going to part the Red Sea. Thank you as well, Timo. Thank you. Thank you. You're going to part the Red Sea. I got to look at my notes here, you guys, because I wrote this real fast, but I want to give it to you. It was good. It was good for me. You let me know how this connects with you. So, your intuition is your staff and the rod of the divine. And really, what you're asking, you are requesting, let my soul go free. Just let my soul go free. Let it go free. Let my soul go free. Right? So, here's a question over the course of the next 24 to 48 hours. I want you to ask yourself, right? Ask yourself, what thoughts, what patterns, what habits in my inner Pharaoh, right? What am I still enslaved to? I talked about this on my last talk. Many of you who caught it, that was on Instagram. And I said, there is a reason why, when we look at the planetary alignment, we are thinking about the planetary alignment and how this is coming back up on when America is having its Pluto return and certain alignments are happening that we haven't seen since the Civil War. And there is a civil war that's going on right now, and we are attempting to come out of slavery. And so we still have slavery going on today. And that slavery that we have going on today is a slavery from within ourselves. It's a slavery from who we are. It's a slavery of what is binding you, what is holding you, what Pharaoh is enslaving you, what thoughts, what habits, what behavior, what things. We got 144. We got that magical frequency that's in the building. And I know that that is not by accident. Everything here is a symbol. Everything here is a sign, a realization for you to know that this particular moment is your moment for you to have your personal Passover. Your personal Passover. So ask yourself that question. What am I still enslaved to? Let's go ahead and get those likes up. We got over 140 people tuning in here. And if anything is connecting with you, the information you can resonate with, or you just want to hang out, go ahead and give us a like so our soul family can find us here. And don't forget to subscribe as well. I don't even think I told y'all who I am. I'm Ms.Blue, the Soulful Oracle. And as they say in the cosmic streets, I'm just the girl growing up on planet Earth, right here with all of us doing this together. But ask, what am I still enslaved to? This is something I've learned, and I want you to think about this in your life. Liberation isn't about running from shit. You see people who want to run, and I mean, I used to be a track star. You know the song, She's a Runner, She's a Track Star. When I didn't want to deal with something, I just run. I just go the other way. I just, ignore it and just say, you know what? I'm not going to deal with that. I'm not going to be connected with that. I'm not going to pay that no attention. Well, liberation isn't about running, but it is about a true remembrance. And I want you to think about liberation at a soul level, not at an experience level. And I think sometimes we think about our liberation, we put it in people, we put our liberation in a job, we put our liberation in a country, we put our liberation in family, we put our liberation in our children, we put our liberation in physical things. And really, it is so much greater than that. Your liberation is really about remembering. And so Passover means passing over the illusion. Someone let me know if you're ready to pass over the illusions that's been in your life, even when it comes to some of this shit in spirituality. I have just had a wave of new souls who are not new to the path, but true to the path, who are waking up to realize that they have been connected and on a path of what they thought they were learning about freedom, moving away from religion, only to be trapped into spirituality that is taking them down a path of hell, of pure hell with themselves, trying to infuse fear and all of these different things in their lives when they thought spirituality was supposed to be something else. It was supposed to be moving out of illusion. Now you got me scared of myself. You got me scared of my ancestors. You telling me if I do this, this is going to happen to me. If I do this ain't going to work for me. And if I don't do this, and I got to keep healing and healing and healing and healing and healing and healing, and I'm never going to heal. That's why I told you guys, I've been on this path, not forever, right? Some of you here have been here longer than me, and some of you less than me. And I met some people on this journey, And when I met them, they were healing. And so was I. No, no, no. I wasn't healing. I was too naive. I ain't gonna call myself dumb. I didn't even know I needed healing when I got on this path. I came in this path like, what's wrong with me? Something wrong with me? Wait, what I gotta fix? My root chakra, my crown chakra. What's wrong with me? Something wrong with me? I came on this path. And even though on this journey, I realized that there was some healing that I need. There were some things that was playing in the background. There was some trauma. Many of you know my oracle story. And by the way, I didn't give myself that name, the Soulful Oracle. That was the name that everyone had been calling me for years. And I just didn't take the name. And then finally, I surrendered and said, okay, I'm the Oracle. I'm going to go by the Oracle. Mother will take the name, the Oracle. I will take the name, the Oracle. But I have been kidnapped twice in my life, one in New York and one outside of America in Czechoslovakia. And one of the things that I seen during this significant time that I was kidnapped is I had a chance to catch a glimpse of the Black Madonna and never forgot what that statue looked like. But it took many, many years later, coming into my own awareness and my own expansion, what some would call consciousness, that I found out that there was such a thing. And that statue wasn't just there by accident, it was a divine act. And even my two kidnappings, no matter how traumatizing they were, it set me onto a path of wanting to know who I was, to know thyself, right? And I know many of you have similar stories, such as mine, for being here. And it's a powerful thing. But this Passover means, are you ready to pass over illusion? And the first illusion you have to be ready to pass over is the illusion of you, of yourself. Are you holding stories about yourself that's based on an illusion? And maybe this is what's really holding you back. Maybe this is why who you know yourself to be, you cannot express that in the world and it's not translating because you need to step into your Passover. You need to pass over this illusions, the stories that no longer match the frequency of who you are. If I had to retitle this journey here on planet Earth, it would be the journey of frequency. It would be the journey of growing up. It would be the journey of my frequency. Can you match my frequency? Not can you match my energy? I need you to match my frequency, right? Because everything is energy. But we know there are so many different levels, baby. It is so many different levels to frequency. So we're going to keep talking about this. And yes, for those of you who want to say, want, Ms.Blue is using the Bible as a reference. I sure am. Why not? If you can use Tommy in them, then I can use the Bible, right? You got a problem with it? If you can use Tommy and I don't want to say nobody name because y'all know my favorite girl name that I used to say before I met so many beautiful people with this name. So I ain't gonna say that. But if you can use, I don't know. I ain't gonna say the name because we got people in here with that name, and I don't want nobody to think that I'm talking about them. But you know what I'm talking about. Who gonna check me, boo? That's right. And what about it? So listen, are you ready to pass over the illusions that no longer match your frequency? That no longer match your frequency. This is what this Passover full moon, pink moon energy in Libra is all about at this time, right? So the next thing, they always tell the story about the death of the firstborn. Passover with Jesus and the whole story and everything. But I want you to think about this. The death of the firstborn, really, if you look at it from an esoteric point of view, I think we got to go a little deeper than esoteric. I know y'all like that scary shit. It ain't really scary, but y'all like these words. So I'm gonna give you the words that I know we like to hear. If you really want to go occult on them, occult science on them, the death of the firstborn is really an analogy of the end of the first mind, which is your conscious mind. It is where textbook ego resides, the lower aspect, and not talking lower aspects of the ego mind, because there is a higher aspect of the ego mind, but letting go of the end of the first mind, that is the death. This is what needs to die. This is what needs to go away, because this is the part of your self as where your character is, all of these things here. You understand? So the death of the firstborn equals the end of the first mind. So think about this. When the death angel passes through, it wasn't punishment. This isn't punishment. It was a clearing of the old mind, the first logic that ruled without spirit. Because when your mind is ruling, it is not connected with your spirit, the essence of who you are. It's not that. So when that death angel is coming through, what it's doing, baby, it's clearing that old mind. Because that first mind logic, it rules with a heavy fist without spirit. And so here's what I channeled out of the Akashic records in the Premier files, is that we are all being called to now let the first mind, the one conditioned by fear, okay? Because your mind, your conscious mind is dripped like she drips fire. She dripped in divine, delicious, dangerous goodness. The first mind is dripped in fear. It's conditioned with fear, with survival and programming. That's what it's dripped in. You understand? It's dripped in that. So we're being called now to let the first mind die. This is what has to die, the first mind, so that the higher mind can be born. So this is when it takes you into the rebirthing process. And they talk about after the 3 days and Jesus rose again and all of this. Yes, it is your conscious mind is dying so that your higher mind can be born again, because this is the mind that rules in a holistic way. It rules with your spirit and with your soul. You understand? So now I came up with this funny quote, and I'm sure we all can relate. All right. I am not escaping Egypt, because that was the call. We got to get the baby out of Egypt. They trying to kill him. I am reprogramming it. I'm not escaping Egypt. I'm reprogramming it. I am not fearing the Passover. I am becoming the Passover. You understand? I walk through the red seas of emotion with the divine staff of clarity. And my promised land is a frequency. That's where your promised land is. It's a frequency. And I claim it now. Somebody let me know if you claim it now. You claim your promised land? Yeah. Now that we don't went to church, it's back to hell. No, I'm teasing. It's a joke. It's just a joke. I'm in a good mood. It's just a joke. But I wanted to use that analogy because I woke up with that whole channel and I sat down to get it all out because Passover is coming. And I don't want us to miss these moments simply because we have allowed others to define what these significant points mean for us on the planet. So, no matter what your denomination is, how you identify yourself, or what school of thought, know that everything here on the planet is to be used as a tool. And we know that when we are able to use something as a tool, you can either use it for your highest evolution or you can use it for its lowest frequency. And the goal here, and I know that if you all are here, we are not interested in really digging down in the dirty trenches in the dark. We are really raising ourselves up to the highest frequency that is available. So I wanted to share that. Now we're gonna get into we gonna get into it, yeah. We're gonna get into it, yeah. We're gonna get into this pink moon, this pink, beautiful, gorgeous moon that is illuminating and lighting the way. But make no mistake, this girl drips fire when she comes. She's dripping fire as she's coming through these airways. I know we always love to think about Venus because we know that this moon is in the sign of Libra, which is very much connected. They have a on again, off again relationship. No, it's not really on again, off again. They have a committed relationship that they stand toe to toe with Libra and Venus, and so does Taurus as well. So who knows? Venus may be doing the do with both of them, right? Libra and Taurus. But they are the trinity that comes together. And so here is something that we're going to talk about. So I did this in a very, very unique way. And I don't know about you all, but I don't do very well with playing inside the box. I don't. I don't do well with playing inside of the box. I like to play outside the box. As a child, even when you gave me a box of crayons, I didn't like coloring inside the lines. But what we're going to be talking about here tonight, and you all let me know if you can still hear me as well because I'm going to put this on full screen so you all can see that. But please let me know now that you don't see me on screen that you can still hear my voice because, baby, I got to look at some of these notes. I want to make sure that I am really, really still bringing things through. Okay. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. So here's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be working with your rising sign. I did this based on whole house system, Western astrology. Thank you very much. Glad you all can hear me. It's going to be based on Western astrology. But I put a little twist in there because that whole channel came up about you know, Passover and everything that was there. I don't want to go into the long channel. It was a long channel, but it was beautiful information. But I want to talk about how you can get the most out of this reading here. So it's going to be divided into groups, and I'm going to tell you what group you're in. But this is going to be based on your rising sign. I did whole house system and I did your rising signs. And I also incorporated how Venus, because Venus will be moving direct. Mercury has already started, putting on his shoes and his clothes, his hat, or her hat or jacket, however you see them. And Mercury already done started getting ready to open up the door and to keep it moving. And Venus, she got one foot in and one foot out. She gonna be moving forward as well too. And so here is, hey Doreen. Now that's the real astrologist right there, baby. If you haven't heard Doreen get down with astrology, listen, you might want to tap in. So she gonna let you know. She gonna let you know. So, and hi, Griffin. Griffin, good to see you. Good to see you, everyone who just came in. Make sure you hit that like button as well. So, I did a little twist where I infuse numerology, astrology, rising sign, Akashic records, planetary alignment, with the focus being on blind spots and intuition. I know it's a lot. Somebody should have stopped me earlier today, but no one did. So here we are. No one stopped. No one stopped me. So here we are. You all will have to let me know how this resonates with you when we begin to start going into this. But I want to talk about this because some will it I don't want to confuse anyone, and I want to talk about your Venus sign because your Venus sign is so powerful. In fact, every sign is. I don't want to kind of gaslight you. They're all very powerful. But we do know that when it comes to these signs of Venus, she the only girl in the sky, baby. She the only girl in the sky. And Venus is connected to so much of what we love and what we hate and justice. You think about what Venus does when it's connected with Taurus and how it rules all of those earthly things, that Taurus is about. And then you think about Venus being connected to Libra, justice, balance. Like Venus drips fire. She drips fire too. She drips a whole lot of love, a whole lot of love. She talks of love, beauty, money, creativity, all of that. But there's a whole side of Venus, as there's a whole side of everything. So I want to kind of give you a little bit of insight of how to find your Venus sign or your Venus sign's house from your rising sign. And again, this is with whole house system. So, finding your rising sign, you'll also see this noted as your ascendant, right? As your ascendant. All right. Because this is what sets up what is called your first house. While you around here thinking you broke, baby, you got 12 houses. That's a mansion. I don't care where you go in the world. You tell somebody you got 12 houses, they going to say, wow, you live in a mansion? Yeah, that's the many mansions that the sacred books talk about. Yeah, that's your mansion. Everybody got a mansion. So no more of this talk about one day I want to grow up and get a mansion. You were born with a mansion. You got many, many rooms in your house, and you get to go in all of those rooms and gather your gifts that were bestowed upon you when you decided to incarnate on this planet. So here's an example. If you're Libra rising, house one is Libra. No, 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 no. Let me use another example. If you're Leo rising, house one is Leo. House two would be Virgo, and house three would be Libra, and so on and so forth. You understand? Each sign gets a whole house, baby. Each attribute, each one of your gifts that you have inside of you gets a whole house, not a room, not a room. You know how people try to put you in a room? You don't have a room. each sign, and we are all 12 signs, it gets its own house. Yeah, that part. So, what you would do to look up your Venus sign, you will need a couple of things. You will need a birth chart. And for this, there's so many free sites out there. There's astro.com, AstroSeek. There's so many things. There is apps like Time Passages. Like you can find this anywhere, right? And what you're going to do is you're going to match the sign of Venus to the house that it lands on based on your rising sign. So let me give you an example for those of you who need an example. Remember, the style of the mansion that I'm talking about, the system is whole house system. So let's say a person is Cancer rising. If they're Cancer rising, then their Venus is in Virgo. Cancer is their first house. Leo is their third house. And Leo is their second house. And then Virgo would be their third house. I'm sorry, you guys. I thought about this afterwards. Otherwise, I would have made a slide for it. So I got us next time. But this time, this is where we're at because Venus is in the third house. Now, I'm going to answer this question here because I get this question. I've helped teach astrology classes before. You guys know that. Many of you took that. Goddess Rainwater is in the building. Nikki is here. Black Gold is in the building. And everybody else that is here, welcome on in. I am true to me. Alchemy AP, welcome on in. And everyone else. So, what if your Venus is between two houses? I want to kind of give you a soul cosmic tip. Think about it this way. In the whole house system, there's a lot of shit we don't do in whole houses. That didn't come out right. In whole houses? In whole houses, it's a lot of shit we don't do. In whole houses, we go by the sign, not by the degrees. I'm going to say that again for the people in the back. In whole house system, we go by the sign, not by the degree. So no matter the degree of the Venus, if she's in Virgo, then that is the entire house that she is connected to. We're talking about Venus. You understand? Hold on. I'm going to clear it up for you, Crystal. See that's why I'm clearing it up cuz you already on something different. Just stay with me, okay? So, and don't worry, I made it real simple for you. I made it real simple so nobody will be confused, Sam I am. All right. I'm just explaining this. You can go back and play with it later. Play with it, don't play with it. You can play with it later, okay? She rules the entire Virgo house, even if she's at the very end or the very beginning. So some of you are already saying Venus is in my second house. Probably depends on what you cast that chart with. And if you're looking at whole house system or Placidus or some of the other 50 billion other damn house systems that's out there, because it's a lot. You understand? So, but hold on. These are examples, you guys. These are examples. I'm not looking at your chart. These are examples. Stay with me. So, even if Venus is at 29 degrees Leo, you're a Cancer rising, and she would still be in your second house because Leo rules your second house. So stay with Ms.Blue because if I could, I would pull up all of your charts. I really wanted to bring clarity. I don't want us to get confused. Don't get caught on this. This is the time that you just hold tight because it's going to make sense in a minute, right? So the point that I want you all to know that when I did this, because I'm giving you the understanding that I did this with, it may not be what you use or what system or what astrologer you use. This is a little different. That's why I tried to tell y'all all the things that's wrapped in here. This isn't just astrology, but I got you. I got you. Uh-huh. And Doreen is giving out instructions. She said, change that to whole house system. See? Thank you, Doreen. Thank you. So listen, the point I'm trying to make, don't chase, don't chase decimal points. Trust the door that Venus is walking to through because her sign tells you that the room that she's in, she's going to be beautifying it in your soul and in your life. Understand that. Understand that's what she's going to be doing. But the good news is Ms.Blue did it. I went one step further because I said, listen, you come on here with that, it's not going to go over well. So I did it for you. So here we go. Here are the themes that we are going to be talking about. So I promise you, I took the guesswork out of it for you. You don't have to worry. All right. So I need everybody to just breathe. Stay with me. Are y'all with me? We all tracking. Hey, Brittany S. Good to see you. So look at this. The moon doesn't lie to you. I want you to think about that. The moon doesn't lie to you. I know some people want to think that the moon is up there telling lies, but the moon don't lie. The moon ain't going to lie to you. Mm-mm, not at all. What the moon is going to do, and this pink moon is here because it's revealing truth. Remember, we talked about Passover happening at the same celestial point because you are passing over illusion. And many of you probably can look in your life from last week to this week, and there was an illusion that was happening into your life, and that now you have come out of that illusion. Because what this pink moon, full moon in Libra is doing, it's revealing truth to you. It's shining so bright because it wants to help you see beyond the illusion of self sabotage. Now, we're going to talk about this because I felt like this was important. I know you all can find, and those of you who are part of the futuristic activation class, you already understand about all the goodness. And those of you who are here, because I've given it out in the last couple of readings that I've done for the signs here on YouTube. So you all have that. But I wanted us to look at some of the other possibilities of this energy, especially since it's about coming out of an illusion. And I don't want anyone to be blindsided that, oh, this moon, this energy, it's we on the way up and everything is just going to be roses. And it may very well be, because at the end we get to decide what all of these experiences end up being. But here's where some of us can become backsliders. Yeah, I'm using my mama's language tonight. This is where we can become backsliders. It's a lot of self-sabotaging energy with this moon, a lot of passive aggressive energy happening with this moon, a lot of us going back into old habits. A lot of us are going to be triggered to move forward, but we're also going to have triggers that make us go back into some of the work and things that we've done. Some of you are already here right now. You're doubting some shit and you have no clue that the outcome is going to be completely different. Tell me about it. I had to have meetings with my accountant this week. And even I, the Soulful Oracle, had to refrain from self sabotage. You understand? So, if we can take a very spiritual, mature position of looking at this energy, we can find some very power in this movement. So, self sabotage is is sort of showing its head. And if you feel that you are being triggered, it's because we are out of alignment with what our soul actually values. And can we talk about that? There is a difference between what you think you value or what you used to value and what you value right now. So I want you to hold tight and know that if these behaviors start to come out and you feel like you are sabotaging yourself, you backsliding. That means your ass you trying to go back to the past. You trying to go pick the old you back up, right? Especially when it comes to how we perform. And yes, I meant to say that word, how we perform in relationships, how we are showing up for ourselves, and how we are showing up for others. For others, right? So, what's happening is if you're being triggered at this time, it's because your higher self is letting you know, baby, you out of order. Your ass is out of alignment. Like this car I seen going down the street sideways. I kept saying, why does this car look like the wheels are turned sideways? Because your alignment is all out of whack. So if things seem like they are falling apart for you right now, if they're not going according to plan, I would encourage you to really kind of celebrate this moment and pause for a second because it's letting you know where things are out of alignment with your soul. And it's really showing you what you truly, truly value. The other thing that you'll find during this particular time is that the psychic energy is so high right now. Listen, anybody you want to talk to, you want to connect with, whether it be an ancestor, whether it be a spirit guide, a sentient being, or whether it be someone that's on your soul body that you looked up to that has passed on, and you've always wished that you could have that conversation with that person. And even if that person is, on the other side, that person has made their transition, or if that person is still alive, you can do it at this time. And it's not because the veil is thin, because the veil is not thin right now. In fact, the veil is very thick right now. But it's because your inner signal is loud, loud, loud. That's why your inner signal is loud. Pay attention to that inner signal that is there, that inner signal that is giving you those downloads, those inner signals that is sending you signs and symbols and messages and really giving you the answers that are sometimes tough to face about ourselves, about our lives, about our dreams, about our desires, about our truths, and about those things that we actually value. Speaking loud. The other thing that you will find uh, during this time is confusion. Have you noticed, if not yourself, that there's many people uh, around you, and maybe even yourself, that is confused as hell? You sitting back listening like, is this shit real? Are y'all acting? Are y'all really this damn confused? And they trying to get your ass to be confused right along with them. They're trying to pull you into that tornado of damn confusion. Well, that confusion, and I want you to be able to identify this, whether you are the source of that confusion. Hopefully, you not the I of this confusion. But if you are, or even if you're witnessing it, it's a mixture of frequencies. Confusion is a mixture of frequencies from old desires versus what the soul knows to be true. That's how you get confusion. So when you see and you can identify that confusion, just stop, pull yourself back, and say, it's a mixture of some shit going on right here. Mixed frequencies, old desires, and the soul that knows what is truth. What is true for you? It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. So, how this moon works, because Venus portal is actually not something that's outside of you. This Venus portal is something inside of you. It's inside of you. This is within. And this full moon in Libra, as they would say, is connected by Venus. It's not just about love. We talked about that. It's about alignment. And with Venus in Aries, there is, how can I say, there is an urgency. And I know you can feel it. It's an urgency to pull, basically. It's an urgency to choose your damn self. That's what's happening. Everybody wants to choose themselves. It's all about me. It's about what I want. It's about what I need. It's about me, 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 me. We used to do that in choir. Me, 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 me. You know, try to hit that high note. It's all about me. Choosing yourself. But one thing I want you to know, the ego can override intuition. You think it can't. Some people say, oh, I'm just focusing on me. Okay, wait a minute. Is that your higher self saying you want to be in self love? Or is this your ego overriding your intuition? Because, baby, your ego can override your intuition. And what's happening is that most of us, I'm going to throw my ass in the bucket. Most of us are operating from an old script. You know how you get an old script? Some old shit? The old script? This is what we say about the Bible. It's old script. And people don't know how to translate that old script. So they still operating. Nothing wrong with the script. It's an old understanding. And so most of us are operating from the old Venus script. And we are still out here in these cosmic streets, and our ass is chasing validation. We are out here bands dancing for bands, performing for worth, over romanticizing our damn pain. Oh, we just over romanticize. Well, if that didn't happen, it wouldn't have made me the person I am. And yes, I'm going to stick it out. I'm going to stick it out because I know I can come through. I know I can push through. I don't care how bad they treat me. I'm going to keep showing up. I'm going to keep loving. I'm going to keep giving. What? Well, baby, listen. The moon is your damn detox. The moon is your detox for those scripts. And so this full moon, this pink full moon, is going to flush that old Venus script out your ass. It's going to detox you whether you detoxing or not. Okay, let me not get too excited. I'm a part of this. I may be crying in the morning. Yes. That's right. Wipe me down. Carry your wipes with you, baby. What's our girl name that made those wipes? The Luna wipes, you know, the one that the gynecologist made. Carry you some extra wipes with you, some extra Charmin, because you will be detoxing that old Venus scripts. So no more bands will make you dance. You are not performing to know your worth. No more chasing validation and no more romanticizing your pain. I gotta, I got I'm doing some shadow work. Huh? What? No more romanticizing. Remember, self-love is the new shadow work. You can take that one to the bank. This is all what we have available for us. It's a lot of intuitive insight that is here. Because Venus, and I know we all think this when we think about Venus, Venus doesn't ask who loves you. Because people think about Venus, oh, I'm going to do a love ritual. I'm going to call in my soulmate, my twin flame. Venus ain't asking you who you love. She don't care who you love. That's not the love Venus is asking you for. Not this time. She ain't asking you for that. I'm going to go ahead and step out there and say, I don't think she ever was asking you for that. The only thing Venus want to know is what vibration are you loving from? It's not where you at. It's where you from. Venus wants to know, wait a minute, stop. You talking all this relationship shit. What vibration are you loving from? Because Venus understands that is the seed of everything that you are attracting. So it's not about asking who loves you. It's about what vibration are you loving from. Now, that being said, we about to move on. I have grouped everything intuitively by Venus house placements from the rising sign. And once again, I'm getting it. Y'all see, I'm getting it all out. I'm detoxing right now. So I am using whole house systems. So here we go. First house we gonna visit in group one. Let me know if you are a part of group one by putting, I don't know, we doing Venus. So put a little poppy lotus in the chat if you are a part of group one, and let me know if your rising sign is Aries, Taurus, or Pisces rising. Because this is who we're talking to if you're one of them, right? We're going to talk about it. We're going to get into it, yeah. Because Venus is in your first or your second house from your rising. Now, I'm going to give you a theme: Aries, Taurus, Pisces, rising. You are rewriting the mirror, mirror on the wall. Yeah, you're rewriting that. Because here's one of the things that will be revealed to you during this time. You are attracting based on how you have been trained to see yourself. Now, that's either a hell nah or yay. It's up to you. But I want you to understand that you are attracting based on how you've been trained to see yourself. And so You got to rewrite this. Rewrite this. You understand? We're going to talk about your magic moves in a moment, but I'm going to give you insight on this psychic download. The version of you people love isn't real. It isn't even real. It isn't even you. You have so outgrown that version of yourself that people love. Let me know if you are Aries, Taurus, or Pisces rising, how that resonates with you. The version of yourself that people love, that ain't even you no more. That ain't you. That ain't even real. That ain't even that they have no idea. You have so outgrown that version of yourself. That's like season 1 and you on season 33. You have outgrown it. So, here is a magic move for you. Rewrite your desire profile. What are your current desires? I want you to really think about them, Aries, Taurus, and Pisces rising. What are your current desires that don't match your old performances? Yeah. Yeah, that part. What are your current desires that don't match this old way you acting? You out here acting. Can we just go ahead and give you an Academy Award? You acting. You acting, Aries, Taurus, and Pisces rising. You out here acting. Listen, you got to get over that. Your self-image is so powerful. It's your broadcast system, and it's overdue for a frequency shift. So take that and make the frequency shift. It's time. I know y'all are ready. Y'all been ready. Y'all been ready for that. So people can really, really see you and know you, who you really are now. All right. Where my Geminis, Cancer, and did I mess up here? No, and Aries rising. Because it could be some Aries rising. Like I said, depending on your chart, go with what feels right for you. Gemini, Cancer, and Aries rising. Mhm. Well, I'm not calling you that, Erica, but I'm just saying you need to quit acting. Quit acting. So here we go, Gemini, Cancer, and Aries rising. I want you to think about this. You are over explaining or you are shrinking yourself for comfort. So stop pretending that logic can solve your soul hunger because it can't. You will not be able to logically think your way into feeling better. Gemini rising, Cancer rising, and Aries rising. This is group 2 if Venus is in your 3rd or 2nd house. And I'm just going to quote this words and wounds. It's an echo chamber. Stop over explaining or stop shrinking yourself just to feel comfortable. And stop pretending that your logic can solve everything for you. Let me give you your psychic download. The way that you talk about others and yourself is the spell you're currently living under. Yeah. Yeah. The way that you talk about others and yourself is the spell that you're living under. Mostly, it is the way that you are talking about yourself. That's the spell you are living under. Let's talk about your magic move. Take time and just speak one sacred truth out loud this week. One sacred truth out loud this week, especially to someone who wasn't expecting it. Yeah, that's how you're going to break the spell. The other thing is please stop translating your intuition into a language that pleases other people and just start speaking like you trust yourself because you have so much power inside of you, so much power inside of you. A sacred truth is some shit you ain't shared with nobody yet. That's a sacred truth. The real truth, not the logic truth of you pretending that you can think your way out of it. A real soul truth. Yeah. All right. Let's go to group 3. Group 3, Venus in the 5th house or the 6th house. And this is going to be Virgo, Leo, and Gemini rising. Okay? In group 3. Let me move on to this. How we doing? How we doing? Here we go. The 5th or the 6th house. Now. Mhm. 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 Ooh, this is good. This one is good. This is so good. So, the theme here for you all, group 3, I'm gonna give you this, is the performance trap. Are you seducing life instead of living it? Come on, Leo, Virgo, and Gemini are rising. Are you seducing life instead of living it? Stop seducing life. Start living your life. You have all of this beautifulness inside of you. All of this. All of this shine and all of this light. But you're seducing life. You playing with life. You flirting with life. You need to start living it. And here's your psychic download. You are exhausted. You ain't even got to tell me. If you are Leo, Virgo, and Gemini rising, you are exhausted from managing perceptions. You can stop performing. As we would say back in the day, and I got to come on camera for this one because y'all going to remember this one. You ain't got a lot to kick it, Craig. You ain't got a lot to kick it. You ain't got a lot to kick it. Stop performing and start living. You are greater than any performance you can think of. All right? It's okay for you to take a break. It's okay for you not to be the one to always show up and do and take care of things and handle things and do the research, find the answers, go make it happen, take care of this person, make sure everybody is happy and smiling. It's okay for you to get a blanket, lay on the couch, and say, fuck it, I'm not doing shit today but resting. That's it. I'm tired. I am MF tired. How about y'all figure it out? Okay? How about you go do the research? All right? How about you go save a few hoes? Okay? How about you go get that together? How about you think of a master plan? You understand? How about you go do that? So, your magic move is to rest in front of people. Don't over deliver. And then here's one for the books. Why don't you go and create some shit that's ugly? Because we know Leo, Virgo, and Gemini rising. One thing about it, two things for sure. If they put their hands, their minds, and attention to it, it's going to be some beautiful shit. It ain't going to be nothing shady. How about you take time to make some ugly shit? Do that. I'm going to tell y'all a story about a friend of mine. She could bake cakes. My dear good friend Denise. She can bake cakes like nobody business. And she wanted to create her own baking business, but her fear was she could not decorate cakes good. And she was like, well, I want to hire this one lady and I'm going to pay her to decorate. But by the time I pay her to decorate and I bake the cake, the price that we have to pay the person to make the cake is not going to be worth it for us. Now, keep in mind, this was more than 20 years ago. And I told her, I said, guess what? Why don't you make the cake and ice in it the way that you do? And she said, no, because, everybody's doing all these fancy designs. And when they see my cake and, can you guys still hear me? Can y'all still hear me? I want to check while I'm still running my mouth. Who's going to moderate Ms.Blue? Oh, I thought, Melissa, I know I need a babysitter, right? But listen, I told her, here's what you do. I wish I can find the flyer. I can find it. If I find it, I'll upload it on the gram. I told her, why don't you call it ugly cake? I said, that'll go viral. I didn't know that word viral back then. I said, people will go crazy. Ugly cake, but it tastes so good. I said, just call it an ugly cake. And that's what you need to do, Leo, Virgo, and Gemini rising. Go create something ugly. Make something ugly. Dress ugly. Lance is in the building. I don't know if y'all know Brother Lance, but that brother, from top to bottom, to the nine, to the T, dress to the T. Do you understand? Could be on the cover of GQ magazine any day, night, or afternoon. Lance, go home. You probably got to go to the Goodwill, or you probably got to go somewhere to the swap meet. You probably got to go somewhere on Harry Hines Boulevard. Yes, I'm putting you on the spot. Go find you some ugly clothes and show up and dress ugly for a moment. And then tell people, what about it? What about it? They going to start asking, do you feel okay? Are you sick? Did you fall? But sometimes you got to do something ugly and just show up. Show up. Yeah, just show up. Okay. Okay. I think I'm in my detox, you guys. I think I'm getting my Venus script. My old Venus script is detoxing. Don't worry, I'll be normal by next week, like you guys. I'll be in a new script. just find something ugly. Just create something ugly. Yeah, they gonna think they literally gonna call somebody. They gonna say, "Brother, something's wrong with Brother Lance. Did you see how he dressed?" Because listen, he clean from top to bottom, baby. I'm just telling you. Create something ugly. Ugly. That's right. Come as you are. That's right. Dress ugly. That's right. Wear something ugly. Mhm. And show it off with pride. Because I want you to understand that your Venus placement in the 5th or the 6th house wants devotion, not perfection. Okay? That's what you're looking to elevate to. Leo, Virgo, and Gemini rising. That's what Venus placement wants devotion, not perfection. Let your radiance be raw. Just let it be raw. Let it just hang out and be raw. Just let it be raw. I know that's going to be hard for you, group 3, but I have faith. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. All right. Let's go on to group 4. Group 4. Venus is in your 7th or 8th house. And we're going to talk about this. Where my group 4 at with Venus in the 7th or 8th house? This is about karmic lovers and mirror contracts. And of course, we are talking about Libras, Scorpios, and and Cancers rising. Yeah, that part. Where y'all at? Where we at? Where we at? Come on, come through. Ooh, I had to ponder on this one. I had to step back on this one. I felt like I was back in the office on this one. This one here. All right. So now, wait for it. Wait for it. Libra, Scorpio, and Cancer risings. You are still attracting people who reflect your unhealed hunger for approval or rescue. One or the other, baby. Either you are still attracting people who reflect your unhealed hunger for approval or for rescue. I know. That's what I said. Damn. Not both. Not Amila said both. Sis. Not both, sis. Not both. Not both. Oh my goodness. I may have to say both. I had to think about this. I had to really think about this. Listen, Libra, Scorpio, Cancer rising. Okay. Every person in your life right now is showing you what you secretly believe you deserve. Baby, I deserve. Y'all remember that song? Who sung I Deserve? Yeah. So every person, I think I would be okay with this if I could clump people into groups. But this isn't about doing that. The psychic download I got is that every person in your life is showing you what you secretly believe you deserve. That was Tank. That was Tank. Okay, okay, Tank. Thank you guys. Thank you. That was Tank. Yeah. So now Here is your big magic moon. Move Libra rising, Scorpio rising, and Cancer rising. You have to end one soul debt relationship, and you know what that is. Even if it's just in your mind, you got to end that. You got to let that go. Let it go. Let it flow and let it grow. End it. End it. End it. End it. End it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So here is the higher understanding of this energy here with Venus. Because so much about Libras, and I know I'm a Libra rising, and Scorpios risings and Cancer rising, we want to be understood. And the higher insight is you don't need to be understood. You don't need nobody to understand you. Nobody. I don't want to sing Keith Sweat. Nobody. You don't need nobody to understand you. The real magic and power comes is that you need to understand. And see, when I got that, it ain't about y'all understand. I need to understand. I need to understand that there is a method to my madness. I don't need you to understand it. I got to understand it. You understand? So at this time, I want you to think long and hard because I did. I'm sure you can tell by the slide. What are you recreating in your life? Because it is some shit that you are recreating. Think about it and then stop. Stop recreating it. And you know what I'm talking about. Of course, not the things that are beautiful, divine, healthy, growing, and hold. You know the things that you are recreating. Stop it. Stop it. You don't need for anybody to understand you. You don't need to be understood. You need to understand. You need to understand. And it's definitely about what are you recreating that's not serving? And then stop. This is about karmic lovers. For those with Venus in the 7th and the 8th house. And it's about mirror contracts, not soul contracts, mirror contracts, meaning we all have our own divine blueprint. And you have people who are mirroring aspects of that. You understand? So there you go. There you go. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Unhealed hunger, not pain. See, this is where it can be tricky for Libra rising, Scorpio risings, and Cancer. It's not the pain, it's about your hunger for it, your unhealed hunger for approval, or your unhealed hunger for being rescued. You understand? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Ooh, we making our way. Let's go to the next one. Here we go. 9th house, Venus, 9th or 10th house, talking about Sagittarius, Capricorn, or Leo risings. Now, Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Leo risings, darling, you have made ambition your love language. But now you are starving. You out here in these streets starving for intimacy. Ready to give it up to get up. Just want intimacy. And I ain't talking about UNITY. You want some intimacy. Into me, I see. You starving. You looking for love in all the wrong places. And Venus is here. And the moon is bringing that detox so you can stop making ambition your love language and know that you want to get freaky. No, I'm teasing. I'm teasing. I'm teasing. I'm teasing. And the moon is detoxing me. But anyway, let's go to the psychic download. Your future self is lonely in this timeline that you are attempting so desperately to build. Your future self is out here crying, looking for love in all the wrong places in this timeline that you're on and that you're attempting to build. And so your magic move here is for you to cancel not a booty call, cancel one plan, Just can't, you got one job, Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Leo rising. You got one job. Cancel one plan and replace it with sacred time for pleasure or sensuality. And if anyone is confused, please do not mix sensuality with sexuality. Okay? All right? But ain't nothing wrong with a little sacred time. Ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of sexual healing. It just needs to come from a very healthy and holistic place. All right? And so you have to know that the way forward is through embodiment. Mhm. You got to embody that, right? It's not through branding because Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Leo risings are like Pinky and the Brain, and they think they're getting ready to take over the whole fucking world. And they probably are. They are. They really are. We will be sitting back and we will be in awe of them in a few months. But I'm just asking, the world is asking, your higher self is asking, can you please just slow down just a little bit? Slow down, okay? And know that you need to embody intimacy with yourself first before you spread all your juicy, lovely goodness onto the world. And not work yourself to death and think that you can pretend that ambition through building your legacy, your life, your money, your business, your fortune is going to be your way out of hell, because it's not. Come home, Caroline. Come back to the light. Come into your flesh, darling. You are flesh. You know that song? I am strong. I am flesh. I am human. I used to play that on the remix all the time. I love that song. Anywho, you get the point. Sagittarius rising, Capricorn rising, and Leo rising. I know you are desperately seeking Susan. I mean, love, not Susan. You're desperately seeking love, but it's not going to happen through your ambition. It's going to be through intimacy. First, through the intimacy of into me, I see, of loving yourself through self love. But once you get that self love, baby, embody it. And then I want you to come back like coming back to Jamaica. I want you to come back to your flesh and allow yourself a little bit of sacred time for a little bit of pleasure and sexuality, a little pleasure principle. You know, Janet Jackson taught us about the pleasure principle, and it's a real theory in psychology, the pleasure principle. When you get some time, darlings, look up the pleasure principle and you will understand more about what's happening with you during your detox. hmm hmm Y'all are getting a kick out of me. Listen, y'all better enjoy. I'm in my detox too, just like y'all. All right, let's go to the next group. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Aquarius, Pisces, and Virgo rising. Let's go to y'all. Where you at? Where you at? I hope you ain't in the back. Where you at? Where you at? I hope you ain't in the back. Hey, Priestess Erica, I hope you ain't in the back. Where you at? All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Mhm. Mhm. So, you got to do something. Venus in your 11th or 12th house. I'm going to give you your energy ghost frequencies. Ooh, Mufasa. Say it with me. And future lovers. So, Aquarius rising, Pisces rising, and Virgo rising. You are unconsciously living for approval from someone who isn't even present anymore. Ain't that some shit? They done ghost you. They gone. They been gone. They done ghost you. They gone. But you are unconsciously living for approval from someone who isn't even present anymore. Uh-huh. Either through your hate for them, your trauma with them, your pain with them, your revenge with them, mhm, or your sadness with them. So I'm going to give you the psychic download I got from you. Please let that ghost go because you are not responsible for their healing. That's not your job. Your job is not to be responsible for what they have not healed. That ain't your job. I know you thought that was your job. I know that may have been your driving force. Let that ghost go. That's a ghost. Let it go. You are not responsible for their healing. So here's a magic move that you can do. You can either burn it, baby, or you can bury a message that you wish you could have said to that person, but they didn't ghost you. So you can't say it. Or either they done blocked you, or you ain't talking to them, or they ain't talking to you. Either way, you can either burn it or you can bury it in the earth. And I want you to write a message that you wish that you could say to that person and then bless your future. Don't bless their future. You don't, that's not your responsibility. Bless your own future. Mhm. That part. Bless your future. Okay? Now, your dreams have been trying to show you something. And you let me know, Aquarius rising, Pisces rising, and Virgo rising. Your dreams have desperately been trying to tell you something. They've been trying to show you a new soul blueprint contract for you, not for them, but you have to open your third eye and say yes to it to be able to move on. Mhm. Let that ghost go. Please let that ghost go. Let it go. Let it go. Let the ghost go. All right. So now we're at the Venus reset. Mm-mm-mm. We got some themes that's running heavy coming up with this full moon and some steps for this reset. And here's the 3 steps to the light code that I'm going to give you guys the light code. Number 1, you have to name the sabotage. How are you sabotaging, self-sabotaging yourself? Name it and then call it out. And once you understand what that is, I want you to say out loud, I no longer serve false desires. I no longer serve false desires. And then step 2, we're going to anchor your desire. And here is a statement, a mantra that you can use and work with, and you can add to this and customize it for yourself. And that is, I magnetize what my soul is already aligned with, and I no longer chase what contradicts my truth. I don't know about all of you, but that was so powerful and so freeing. Say it all with me. Let's say it together. I magnetize what my soul is already aligned with, and I no longer chase what contradicts my truth. Yeah, that's step 2. And step 3, we have to embody the frequency. Here comes the pleasure again. See, I put a little sweetness in there for you guys because she drips fire. But I'm going to put a little sweetness in there. Take a pleasure walk, and wherever that is. It can be outside if it's a beautiful day, but it can be through your neighborhood. It could simply be if you go to your favorite store or favorite restaurant, if maybe you can park a little further away and walk, if you have to go out and about, just take a pleasure walk and really just kind of connect with your own frequency. And then wear something. Put on your best. Y'all know that song. Wear something that feels like your future self would wear it. I'm pulling you into the future so that you can understand your new frequency that you're embodying. So wear something that feels like your future self would wear. But before you do that, I want you to take a nice shower or a bath. And I want you to get you some good oil or some good lotion of your choice. And I want you, baby, to bless your body. We don't touch ourselves enough. And so I want you to have a pleasure moment. I'm not talking about being butt freaky nasty. I'm talking about having a sacred moment and bless your body, every inch of your body. And then I want you to dress like your future self. It's not about dressing up or dressing down. It could be putting on some sweats. or a nice t-shirt. It's whatever feels right for you. I want you to wear something that feels like your future self would wear it as you're walking with your blessed body. And then I want you to walk like this. Pretty girls walk like this. And then I want you to walk. Y'all better be glad I can't play the music I want because I'd have hit y'all with a playlist tonight, baby. Then I want to see you walk. That's what I want you to do. I want you to take your pleasure walk. And then I want you to snapshot it and take a picture of yourself while you walking. All right. So now, despite what you may have heard in these cosmic streets, despite what anyone may have told you, be that me or be that anybody else, the pink moon does not punish, baby. It reveals. Say it with me. The pink moon does not punish. It reveals because Venus is not a temperance. She's a frequency, baby. She's a frequency. And when you rise to meet her, your life will become a spell of beauty, devotion, and divine alignment. Say that again. That's right. Say it again. What will your life become? Your life will become a spell of beauty, devotion, and divine alignment. Oh no, did I forget a whole thing? I'm not going to do this. This is too much. This is too much. I got all of the houses. I did the highs and the lows of Venus in each house. We'll save that for another day. But I think this is enough. I think this is enough that can carry us through. I think this is enough. That girl good. Thank you, Kramer. Listen, I think this is enough to carry us through, that we can ride and create some cosmic waves as we go through this energy that we are already in the throes of at this particular time of this full moon in Libra. I hope that this gave you some insight, gave you some tools to work with, help you with some understanding. Y'all like my slot? Listen, Planet Walks. I worked on this. I've been working on this for a while. Y'all can see that energy come through, come through, come through. My detox started early. So I've been detoxing early from y'all, Truth be told, I'm doing a pleasure walk right now. Can you feel me? Can you feel me? Can you feel me? Can you feel me? Can you feel Venus doing her pleasure walk with me right now? Can y'all feel that? Can you feel it? Can you feel the funky sensation? Can you feel it? It's a pleasure pleasurable moment. But there you are. I wanted to really come on and share that with us. And thank you all. Thank you all so much for your kindness, your love, your devotion, your beauty, your frequency. Let's give it up for the frequency and for all of you. I certainly have enjoyed this. And for those of you who mentioned it, I want us to just take this time right now. I want to give a big shout out to Jennifer Bliss again. And if you didn't hear, I'm going to announce a couple of things. I'm going to have to step out my comfort zone. I don't know if I want to step this far out tonight. I'm a little, I don't know. I don't know if I want to tell y'all the rest. It's too much. It's too much. Not for y'all, for me. Y'all can handle it. It's for me. Whew, it's too much for me. She drips fire. So I want to tell you, this is a collaboration between me and my daughter, Baby Blue. And here soon the world, it will be coming to a shelf near you. She drips fire. It is my custom blend hot sauce. And I worked hard on this project. I've been working on it for a while, and finally, it's almost this is our final prototype. I just got to make a couple of tweaks. Hopefully, I'll be able to share this with all of you very, very soon, and you'll be able to get your hands on it. This is hot sauce, but I really want to call it elixir sauce, and I affectionately named her She Drips Fire, baby. She drips fire. She drips fire. It is divine, dangerously delicious. She drips fire. And I cannot wait for you all to be able to taste her because she drips fire. She drips fire. And I will tell you, if you would have asked me a year ago, 6 months ago, 7 years ago, that I have said I would have my own hot sauce, I probably would have looked at you and said, "What are you talking about? I don't even really like sauce." Like, I don't really like sauce, like, every now and again. So, I say this all to you, not to brag, not to boast, but to be very transparent and to let you know that sometimes we count ourselves out because we're so used to that identity that defines us in one area. Remember, even though we were talking about the zodiac signs and things here, that you are, hey, Chloe, you are all of the zodiac signs. And so remember, you do have a mansion, and each one of the zodiac signs has their own mansion. It has their whole house. And in each one of those houses, there are gifts for you that are waiting. Some of those gifts are in the dark, some of those gifts are in the shadows, but they are gems. They are gems. So don't count yourself out. Don't lock yourself down. Don't lock yourself in, and be willing to grow, to learn, to change, and to see what is truly calling you at this time. At this time. Because there's so many surprises. You got a whole mansion. You don't know what is in all of those houses and rooms in these mansions in you. You don't know. We are growing up. We are learning about who we are. You understand? We are learning about who we are. Oh, she said, "I thought that was the fragrance that was in the Veil Breaker box. I was ready to buy some bottles right now." No, that fragrance that was in the Veil Breaker box, I told you guys what house, the House of Solage is where I got that from. It's a fragrance house that I absolutely love their fragrance. No, this is hot sauce. And I've been working on this for many, many moons to get it to this. So hopefully, like I said, you will get this. I'm going to give Jennifer because she actually, I said, if I get a sign tonight, because I've had this for a while. And I said, if someone says something that will spark this, then I will. And she mentioned spice. Like, she mentioned, the phrase that I gave to my higher self. So, Jennifer, you will be getting She Drips Fire. You will be getting your bottle of She Drips Fire, to be able to taste that. And then I'm gonna be putting it out. Brittany Vaz said, "I can already taste it on my fried chicken." You can put it on chicken, you can put it on salad, you can put it on fries, pizza, you can put it on whatever you eat. It really, really, she drips fire. She drips fire. Thank you so much for that. That is so beautiful. Maria Soulful of Love says, "You walk the talk, Miss Blue. I am doing my best with all of you here, with absolutely every single one of you. And I could not, would not think of any other better way to do it than with the galactic soul beings, universal citizens that you all are here right now. I could not. These 20 years have been filled with love and joy. And if that wasn't enough, I have something else that I just want to scream about. But I'm going to contain myself because I have to remember what my rising sign even told me. Don't be trying to do things. I'm a Libra rising, don't be trying to do things for approval or, or playing the victim. I think I'm out of victim mode, I think, for most areas of my life. So I'm going to slow it down just a bit because I'm not trying to get approval, but I am very excited. And I will share with you all very, very soon my other surprises. By the way, I have a class that I will be announcing that's coming up. I've told you guys all about that. And also, if you still want to be a part of the futuristic activation, because we will have within the next week, we will have our live call that we will be having. And I'm super excited because we are in quarter two, and I have a big rollout for everybody who's a part of the futuristic activation. It's going to get better and better. And I have something else that I have a special gift that you all will be first introduced to. Mm. It is going to be a futuristic change, game changer. That's right. Yeah. So this is all I'm on. No Godiva, not even She Drips Fire. I'm on that veil breaker, that liquid magic, that good, that juicy stuff. And you all, by the way, I want to say thank you to everyone who has been leaving your reviews. By the way, I would encourage you all, please. Leave a review. If you downloaded something, go back, share your thoughts, share your light on that. You can find everything, all the products that I offer. It is to support the work, the platform, so I can sit here and I can express myself with you all week after week, day after day, year after year, with each and every single one of you. And we can spread this work out into the world. Oh, that is so beautiful. Assorted hot sauce is a brilliant, ideal gift. Great for housewarmings. Thank you. I never thought about that. I never thought about that. I actually never thought about that. That's great. And celebrating you, I so appreciate this tribe in the in the gathering. Very much needed. Likewise, Planet Walks, we celebrate you as well. Priestess Nadra, good to see you. I know I already seen you, but I'm just acknowledging now. And you have your testimony up. Thank you so much. But for all of you who had the veil breaker, please, please, please go leave a comment. Just go back and leave a comment. If you got any of the digital downloads, leave a comment there. But there is more for us to do and more to come, and for all of us. And I'm excited not only to just share my story, but to share all of your stories too. I'm not going to speak about it too much now because in the past, I spoke about a lot of things, and then you know, uh, I felt a calling in a different direction. And it is never my intention to disappoint or to not follow through. I always come back and try to renegotiate to say, So when people say, well, what day can we find you? Turn your notifications on. I still don't have a day, but it's coming. I feel it in my heart and my soul. It's coming. And more things are. And when that time comes, I'm so ready for it. Right now, everything is in alignment for me. I am completely open. I'm ready to receive. I'm ready to grow. And I know you all are as well. And I'm always here. If you want to reach out to me, you know how to do that. Give me some time. I do have a lot of emails, but I have some help. Help is here. I do have some help and some things that I'm putting in place that will help me to get caught up so that I can do the things that I truly, truly love. And just even tonight, I have to say thank you for me taking time to realize that there was areas of my life that I could not keep denying. And when I say that, it's about I have a tendency to want to have perfection tendencies. But I know that that's a lack of self-love. What is rooted in it, it is rooted in fear. And so for a very, very long time, I always envision how I thought showing up on camera, coming live would look like. And when I could not make that vision happen, not the way anybody else cares about it, because clearly I be on here a hot mess. Y'all don't care. Y'all don't really care. Y'all ain't looking at y'all like whatever. It's good, Miss Blue. But in my mind, at times I would fall. I would kind of backslide into being so self-critical. Sometimes when I'm in my space or when I'm having one-on-one readings with you guys, I I am dripping fire, right? And I'm in that flow because I'm in a comfort zone and I'm not trying to focus on making sure the audio is right or making sure the stream is going right or making sure this person understood me or making sure everything is lined up right. I can focus. So sometimes when you guys hit me with an email, I come back and y'all are like, whoa. Or when I do the oracle files or when I do the personal readings or when you're in the class with me, it's a different kind of feel because I'm not so overwhelmed by the technology, which is something that I used to tell myself I wanted nothing to do with. But that was just my insecurity of not knowing how to do it. And then also feeling like when I did have people help me, they couldn't see the vision. But I have learned they wasn't supposed to see the vision. They were supposed to, oh, y'all are going to make me cry. Brother Jay, Brother Jerome is in the room. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Brother Jerome. Love you so much. Was thinking about you today. But it was from my own lack of just being open to why don't you learn and grow? And the crazy thing is, that is so much what I do on my spiritual path when it comes to understanding me is just learning and growing. But somehow I felt in this arena, I needed things to be a certain way in order for me to be able to get in my flow. And this was a outdated script, a Venus script that I was telling myself. Like, I can't get into that flow that I need to get into. I can only do that when I'm one-on-one or if I'm answering something on Instagram. Like if somebody puts up a question because I have time to sit there and it wasn't that I had time. It was that I felt a little more free because I don't have a camera in my face. I don't have to make sure I'm looking in the camera. I don't have to make sure is the stream going out. So it's a lot that's happening behind the scenes and I have my higher mind channeling information and then I have my conscious mind trying to keep me to be focused and present and my words get all jumbled up and then my thoughts and I'm just like, forget it. I'm just going to spit a little bit out. And then afterwards, I would beat myself up like I knew I should have told him this and I knew I should have said this. Why was it I couldn't get myself into that frequency because I was so busy focusing on some shit that didn't need to be focusing on. And that's why nights like this, 5 heartbeats, by the way, I could flow a little better because this was a realization that I have been coming into. And I have taken class after class after class after class in technology and learning how to work this and learning how to work that. That's why I'm always shocked when you guys come to me and you say things like, what program are you using? I'm like, slow ass me? You trying to take tips from me? I'm late to this game. But when your girl figures it out, and listen, I don't think I got it all figured out, but your girl got a little bit figured out. And when I can take that creativity and I'll share that with you. This is how it started with the digital art. Because when I make that, that's activation. Oh, thank you, Alchemist Empress, because this is a bad sister right here. Listen, this sister, Alchemist Empress, bad sister. On Instagram, you guys need to follow her. I know she got a YouTube channel too, but follow her. This sister here. She crafts things together so magically, very intuitive. She's one of those pieces in the puzzle that comes across whenever I'm strolling. I ain't opened my phone in 4 days, open it, boom, she got a clip up from Brother Bobby or from somebody that speaks to the energy in the day. And that's what so many of you guys. Oh, Sheila is another one. You guys amazing at this stuff. Me, I'm not the sharpest pencil in the box, but I am happy to say I'm finally in the box because this was a box that was very intimidating to me and intimidating to be on camera. And because when I'm channeling, sometimes my eyes I don't know where they go. They go everywhere. And I can't put shades on because quiet as it's kept, I use my third eye more than I use my physical eyes. So I got to wear these readers, but I called this into being because when I was a little girl, I used to pretend that I wore glasses. Well, I got my wish. Now I got to wear glasses to see. I don't have to see, I don't need glasses, but to read, I need glasses. And so I share these honest stories with you guys so that you can understand. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you, Infinite. And can I tell the story? I'm just going to ask. These people know who it is. Can I tell the story? Cuz some people heard the story on the live but other people didn't hear the story. Can I tell the story? Just if you give me permission to tell the story, I'll tell the story. You know what story I'm talking about. Hint hint. It's got something to do with the bees. That's all I'm going to say. But anyway, um I tell you guys this because I know a lot of times we're too hard on ourselves. We're too hard on ourselves, maybe not in every area of our lives. Because if you're here and you're doing the work, then I know that you have a lot of shit right in your life. But there is those little nooks and crannies and those little areas of our lives where we're still balancing, we're still learning, we're still growing, which we're growing in all of those areas. But these are the areas that sometimes the growth is kind of tight, you know? And this is a tight area for me. So tonight, I wasn't ignoring you guys. I wasn't ignoring you guys when you all were saying how much you love the slides. I really was holding back my tears because I want to bring my activation magic that I learned how to do from the clip arts and everything. For a long time, I was so embarrassed. I didn't want to tell people it was me doing it. And I thought, why don't you want people to know that you're the person making this art? That you're doing this digital art. It's because in my mind, no matter how perfect and beautiful it looked to you guys, I still was judging myself because it wasn't the picture that I was seeing in my mind. If I could translate what's in here out there, clock it, clock it, top tier, top tier. But what I'm learning is every level is top tier because right now is top tier for where I am. This setup here, it bothers me. It bothers me. Everything about it. Not anymore. I am good with it, but it used to bother me. You understand? It used to bother me desperately. You understand? So I just want to share that tidbit. I didn't get permission to share the story about the bees, so I'm not going to share the story about the bees. Well, I'm not going to say a name, but I will tell you guys this how much time we got. We don't have that much time. I'm going to hurry up and get us out of here, but I'm going to tell this story. I want to say last week, I had a dream, and I'm not going to go into the whole dream thing, but I had a dream. And in this dream, it was this huge bumblebee Um, what? Oh, Sheila said, "My God, you click him, clock it." Why my Scorpio rising ass just got all kinds of shit on hold, looking for permission or approval. Listen, I know, right? We all are subject to it. It looks great without being distraction or becoming. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Give her permission, please. Listen, listen. So I'm going to tell you guys the story, all right? And so here's the story. So I want to say last week, I had this dream, and in this dream, there was this huge, gigantic beehive, and there were these bees flying around the beehive. I'm giving y'all the short version, but we're going to get to the good part. These bees flying around it. And then all of a sudden I was just looking up like, wow, look at this. Like it was attached to what do you call those trees in California? It was attached to one of those giant trees in California, but it was huge. I mean, this beehive was I've never seen anything like it. And I was looking up, and as I was looking up, like literally, I had my mouth open on the ground because I looked like I was about this big. Yes, thank you, Jaco. Redwood. My mouth open about this big, and all of a sudden, a little tiny drop of honey came all the way down from the huge uh, beehive, and it dropped in my mouth. And when it dropped in my mouth, all of a sudden I started flying and I flew into the beehive and I could see all of these bees like everywhere. And I was looking around. I was looking around for the bee. I was just looking around. And then I wanted to start looking around for the queen bee. I was like, where's the queen bee? I'm looking around, looking around, looking around. And then I was like, wait a minute. If I'm in here, then what am I? What am I? Oh, hell yeah. I can tell. Okay, okay. If I'm looking around, woo, okay, let me stay focused. If I'm looking around, then what am I? Am I what am I? So I was looking for a mirror. I was looking for something so I could see my reflection. I was looking for something, and all of a sudden I walked past this part of the beehive, and I could see my reflection in the beehive, and I had a crown on, and I was like a bee. I had wings. I was like a bee. I was like a bumblebee, right? Okay, so anyway, I woke up. Long story short, I want to get past me and the dream, but the bee theme was there. I thought about it. And I was writing down notes from this about the bees and thinking about the bees, quiet as it's kept, Beyonce getting ready to go on tour. I was thinking maybe it had, I'm writing everything down that's coming in with this channel. I go back to sleep that night. I go back into the dream with the bees again. I'll save that for another time. I want to move on because I want to show you guys how you are getting channels because many of you will be getting channels. They will be coming through visions and dreams, and I want you to pay attention to it, right? Okay, so anyway, the next day, no, not that next day. I get up that next later that evening after I wake up, I cut on the TV because my YouTube channel, like where I watch YouTube at, not my YouTube channel, but where I watch YouTube channel, I'm not logged in because I use it to tell when I am jumping different when I am jumping different timelines, right? Mhm. Also tell the family you're my beyond. Yes. I love y'all. Y'all are so sweet. So I also use it to tell when I'm jumping timelines. Like whenever I'm jumping timelines, I know when I'm jumping timelines. So I cut the TV on, and all of a sudden I see all these kid shows, all these cartoons, and all of these kid shows on television. So I sit back for a minute. I'm like, I didn't jump timelines again. Cause if you don't sign into YouTube, then I use it as my own personal when I'm quantum leaping into different portals and going into different areas. And the first show, I was about to click off of it. The first show that I clicked on was this show, and it said Maya and the Bee, number 3, the golden orb. So I was like, hmm. I started watching it. By the way, we're doing a social experiment. Those who heard the live heard me tell about this on Instagram the other night. I want you all to watch. And if you have children or children in your life, but definitely for yourself, watch it with them. Maya and the Bee, part 3. I know there's other parts, but watch part 3. It's available on YouTube and it's free. This movie right here has a sacred message for you. I'm telling you. And I want to see what you all pick up with this sacred message in there. But there is a message for you personally. So we're doing two things. You're getting the personal message for yourself out of the movie. And then I want you to see if you can see a collective message, like for the soul group in there. And then we're going to come back and I want us all to share what those messages are that we receive. So it's called Maya and the Bee, part 3, um, and the golden orb, right? Okay. So stay with me. So I watched that movie. I'm so excited. It's such a beautiful movie. I got a divine download and a great message out of the movie. And so on the futuristic line, I sent out text messages, but the text messages is based on the conscious frequency on the planet. And whenever there is a shift, right? And I take these shifts based on intuitive hits that I get. And I will send a message to everyone who's a part of the futuristic class. They can tell you more about it if they're in chat. And it really aligns with what they're doing and what's happening. So it can give them extra insight. It can give them confirmation, realization. It can help to empower them. Sometimes I'll give them a message and say, this is the frequency you need to focus on for the next 2 hours. And they will say, oh my goodness, I was just about to do X, Y, and Z when you sent this message right on time, Ms.Blue. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for this. And I send those messages throughout the day via the text message, right? And in the text message, I wrote something about bees. If I can pull it up, I will, but I won't stop the show to pull that message up. But I said something. I'm gonna pull it up. I think it's important enough for me to pull this message up, and I'm gonna give it to you guys. So I'm gonna read, and I hope it's okay with the futuristic group that I read this message that I sent out. This is what I say. Um, hmm. Wait a minute. Oh, I didn't realize how many messages I sent out. But anyway, in the message, I even um I even said something about bees in there. But here's one of the messages that went out. I said, you are already your best self. Remember, spiritually, you are looking in a mirror and reflecting you are looking in the mirror and you are reflecting back on your cosmic self from your journey within. This week, you will get to look in the mirror and see your true self. Do everything with love. Your soul is wishing you transformation in love. And so, even before that, I was talking about how to be your best self, right? And the message right before that, this is all in the same day. Incoming message, ride the cosmic wave. Take inspired actions, because the golden age open doors wide starting this week, no days off. It's activation time. You must pass the test. You you will, and I am holding faith in you. No matter, I am holding faith in you. Matter over mind, higher self lead the way, surrender, let that shit go, keep being grateful. Well, anyway, I'm not going to read them all, but anyway, in there was the message about being, and being yourself. And then all of a sudden, I get this message back: having a rough time. I just had about 1,000 bees inside of my house. I don't know where they came from. And the next exterminator can't come until 8 a.m. in the morning. So I was like, wait, did I read that right? Because I was driving at first. 1,000 bees in your house. So I immediately knew it's connected to this whole thing with the bees. I had the dream about the bees. I watched Maya and the bees. I put in the message about being. I said about the golden orb. But wait, it don't stop there. I'm letting you know that when spirit is sending you a divine message, you're not going to miss it, and you will be able to decode it and be able to share it. And I know this is the reason this came through. So anyway, we dialogue back and forth. And so, yes, the brother Infinity had 1,000+ bees in his house, and came home from work, and the bees, and he was texting me telling me about the bees in his house. Okay, but that's not it. So anyway, and by the way, all bees who wanted to remain here are still here. And so the beekeeper came, scooped up the bees, and took them on their way, and left the king bee in his kingdom, in his house, in his mansion, and all is well. He's been crowned the king. Okay. So now it's physically impossible for bees to what? What? Let me see what Lola is saying. I gotta kick Lola be putting it down. That's right. It is physically impossible for bees to fly because their body is really too heavy for their wings. I have always been intrigued with bees, even back when Joan Rivers came out with her bumblebee collection. I've had them for years, and probably have every single one that she made, that she had made by an Italian designer who created them for her. And they got gems and rhinestones in them. They're fabulous. I'll have to wear one day and let you all know. But this is even before Beyonce. She was doing it. But anyway, anywho, let me stay on track. Next thing you know, I'm minding my business. I'm reading, and I'm doing spiritual consultations. I'm working. I'm doing what I do. And I go to open up an email, and I get an email. And so I get an email from a soul family member. I don't have this soul family member's permission, but if I get the permission and they're here, I will tell this story. So I open the email, and I'm reading the email, and they're, letting me know that the last time that they had spoke to me or reached out to me, it was during the eclipse season, and they were working on a project at this time, and they felt it in their spirit that they would regret it if they didn't share it with me, and they wanted me to take a listen to the project. I listened to it, and of course, top tier, fire, all of that. And as I'm reading it, as I'm enjoying it, I'm responding back, telling them thank you so much, and da 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 da. I happen to look at the name of the file, and y'all are not going to believe this. The name of the file says DJ, and it has Bumblebee in it. So I'm like, what? Bumblebee? You felt like if you didn't send this, you would regret it. And I'm like, this is crazy. So I began, oh, the brothers is coming through. Let me tell you something. It's Random Brand is the other brother. Infinity is the first brother. The brothers is getting the crowns, okay? So I tell Random Brand about Maya and the B3. I'm like, look, you got to watch this movie. It's a message in there for you. And is this your DJ name, Bumblebee? I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so crazy. Like, what are the odds that all of this is happening within the span of hours of this day? I tell the story on Instagram, and so many people are like, "Oh, I was meditating." I think it was the brother Gotti. He said, and oh, I'm sorry, Gotti. You didn't give me permission to tell you that, but that was public. So I think it's okay. And the bumblebee landed on my shoulder. Other people are saying, yes, I just seen a bee. All of this stuff about the bees. So I was so, yes, yes, I get so excited, Melissa. I am excited because I knew that it wasn't just something for me to keep to myself. A lot of times I get downloads, I get messages. And I'm never a person to abuse my platform. And it's certainly not always about me. I never want it to be always about me. And so the last thing, I could come on here every week. I got books and books and books and tell you guys, guess what download I got? Guess what I found out? Guess what I seen? Guess what I'm researching? Guess what I'm doing? No, no, no. It's not about that. I really only move when spirit really gives me and says that this is a collective message. Sometimes I email you guys, and sometimes y'all email me back. And sometimes I'm sure y'all think Ms.Blue is a little off, but we love her. And I will say, listen, I just got a download for you. I don't know if you're thinking about doing this, but this would be a great move for you to start a new business or to do this. If you do anything with this, do this. I'll send you guys that message. When I get that hit and spirit gives it to me like that, I give it to you guys. I will email you. I will find your email or hit you up on social media and say, I got a message for you. And I didn't want to do that all the time because I know a lot of times people prey on that. And I don't want people to be confused that Ms.Blue is just reaching out for people. You're going to know it's really me because I'm not going to ask you for money. I don't do that. I'm not going to ask you for money. And I'm not going to tell you I'm giving you a reading. I'm just going to give it to you, send you some love and some sparkles, and I'm going to keep it pushing. That's how you're going to know it's really me, right? But so anyway, so all of this is happening, and I'm like, oh my goodness. I cannot wait to come on and tell you guys about Maya and the B3. You have to watch this movie. It is a individual message for you personally. I want you to get your personal message, and then I want you to get the collective message. And then we're going to do a social experiment, and then we're going to share that with the world because I know you guys are going to be able to tap into some frequencies like I did when I was watching Maya and the Bee. And I'm not sure when that movie came out. It's not new. I don't know how it missed my radar because I love things like that. That's when I just kind of get in my little cosmic birthday suit and, wrap myself up in my favorite little blanket in my bed and, cut the lights down low and, sipping on a little bit of tea, little liquid magic, maybe even have a little small piece of Godiva and just have a good evening, you know? So, but watch it. I want you to see because it is something there for you. It is something there for you, something powerful in that movie. And then to top it all off, there's a company, a beautiful company where, underneath the remix, where you can go and buy the remix show shirts, the t shirts and stuff that I had, the merch for us. They sent and said, hey, Ms.Blue, there are several people who want to buy merch from your store. And we want to let you know that we have decided to donate a portion of the proceeds to you guessed it, to the bees. I'm going to count it all joy. I don't know what y'all are counting it, but I'm counting it joy. I'm counting it all joy. I am counting it all joy. So I am working on getting, yes, here it is. I'm going to read the email that they sent me. They said T's for B's. Now, keep in mind, I could have got this email anytime, any place, but these are T's, as in t shirts, for the B's. And it says, for all handmade products you sell, they are going to be donating $1 to protect out of each piece pollination for the bees. Isn't that just so divine? So, yeah, a lot of things in the mix. The remix will never go away, but a lot of things in the mix for us. So, I wanted to share that about Maya and the bee 3 and the golden orb and everything. I was talking about the golden orb in some shows. The alignment is perfect. And this is how I know that this is a download for the soul family. Anyone, whether you first time listening came upon this show or you've been listening for a very long time, there is a gift for you there. It is some insight for this time. It's real time magic that you can use at this time. So, yeah, so check that out. I can't wait for you all to let me know what you get from the what you get from the download, what you get from the message, and for us to come back and be able to share that with each other. I think that would be so powerful. That would be so powerful. Mhm. Child of Prophecy said, when bees fly, their wings vibrate on the same frequency, absolutely, of the heart chakra, which is the F note. It's light as a feather. There's a show that we did some years ago with Brother Bilal and myself, and there was a powerful channel that his daughter got about bees and their honey. And they were the ones keeping our dimension together because, bees also can see ultraviolet waves, and they are the ones often, like unicorns, bees also open up portals into other dimensions and other worlds. And lots of children have told me that from all parts of the world that don't know each other, that don't talk to each other. They all have told me that bees take them into other dimensions and to other portals because they vibrate so high and they are in tune with ultraviolet frequencies. And so they are not just pollinating the plants and the flowers, they are also pollinating the frequency on our planet. And so they travel between dimensions. So for years and years ago, they would talk about how the bees are disappearing from the planet. Well, I personally don't think that they're disappearing. I feel, and the children have told me, they are in other portals. They have gone to other portals. They're in other portals. They have gone into other dimensions and they stay in those dimensions until it is time for the frequency to be raised and they come back. So, anyone now that has had bees in their presence, it is your frequency that is drawing these bees to you. So, like the brother Infinity that had thousands of bees in his house, and, really this mystery of how they could have even gotten in and why would they want to get in? Because of your frequency, the frequency that's being held in that space. To even be able to call yourself that name. Doreen said they're all over your yard. Yes, they're all over my rose bushes and everything. Or if one comes by you, and if one of those bumblebees or bees come by you, you now know what it is. It's because of your aura, your frequency that you're vibrating at, and they will be around. Remember, a flower is the highest evolution of a plant. A flower is God in its God's consciousness, in its God state when it blooms into a flower. It comes from a seed and it rises to its highest evolution on this planet in its Godhead, which is the flower, his Goddess head there. So, yeah, I wanted to share that with you all. I hope that you all enjoyed that, and you enjoyed that and enjoyed the share here tonight. Uh, enjoyed it here tonight. Don't forget it is Passover, and don't forget to have your own personal Passover. At this time, I see you all, Gold Leaf, and everybody talking about the bees and everything. And yeah, that you continue to keep loving yourself, keep holding space for yourself, keep growing, keep transforming, doing your alchemy, and take these houses, whatever resonate with you. You know, yes, you can go by your rising sign. You can, but I want you to feel free to go by also where you feel called to go and what seemed to be resonating with you in your life at this time. Because remember, we do have a mansion, and inside that mansion, there are many houses. And so we are all of the zodiac signs, every single one of us. And so it's so much in store for us in this new chapter that we're all walking into. And, when we come into next week, we are going to, how can I say? We are going to be reaping what we have sown. And I don't know about you, but I'm so looking forward to that. I am so looking forward to that. This is why it was important for me to come on so we can do our adjustments now. If there are some things that we just need to, as my daddy would say, just tighten up a little. We don't need to beat ourselves up, but just tighten up a little. It's some areas of our lives we need to just tighten up a little bit. There's some parts of ourselves that we need to just kind of bring back into a state of harmony with ourselves and take some time to, reevaluate that. Remember, this journey about spirituality is a journey of expansion. It's not a journey about limits. It's not a journey about punishment. It's not a journey about pain and sorrow. It's not supposed to be a journey that you are living under so many laws and rules and regulations that it's hard for you to discover who you are. That is not the point of this journey. And even when we talk about universal laws are not here to punish, but universal laws are here to grant sovereignty, to let you know that you are a sovereign being and that you can be the creator that you so embodied and came back to the planet to become. That is the whole point. You know, it's not here for those types of limitations. The only limitation we have is what we put on ourselves. The only reaping what we sow is what we have done ourselves. And the truth about that is nobody, absolutely nobody, is your judge and your jury. You are the one that is doing it to yourself. Now, we have agreements that we have made on the planet, and you can't infringe your will onto someone else. And I think this is where a lot of that mental disturbance come in because we tend to want to control others with our own way of thinking and being. And it's enough space on the planet that we all can go where we feel we need to be and deserve to be. So if you're somewhere that is not supporting you like you feel you need to be supported, then go where you need to be. Life is a school, won't pay attention to our past experience. Absolutely. There is no judge or jury. You're not going to die and somebody's going to say you were bad, so you got to come back. We have to stop looking at Earth as a place of punishment. Nobody has to come back here if they don't want to. and as many times as you have incarnated. If you're an old soul, or if you're in between soul, or even a new soul, you are here because you chose to be here. And every soul leaves when they're ready to leave. Nobody leaves before they're ready, and nobody comes by force of someone else. It's not a punishment. But every time you read history, this is why I'm telling you, as much as I know people don't want to hear this, I am speaking my truth. I'm not saying you have to subscribe to it. That's why I am no longer invested in history the way that I was, because all of those sacred books are flawed. They are written by the same individuals and people that exist on the planet at this time with the same biases, mindset, judgment. Half of those stories that you think is real is hokumology. I don't care if it came out of Egypt or if it came out of China. It is all the same. And it is written from a dominant point of view. It is not a balanced point of view. And so people who are living their lives and governing everything by based on what they read in a book and what history has told them or what someone else has told them, I think it served them for the time that it served them. But now that we are here, the beings that are on the planet now, it is time that we really do take on our own sovereignty, and we begin to tell the story of this time. And the children and their children thereafter will come and tell the stories of their time. And all of those stories can be true and untrue at the same time, you know, at the same time. All of those stories can be true and untrue at the same time. It is time that we all start really sharing who we are, sharing our experiences if you feel called. And the truth of the matter is, if you don't feel called, you don't have to do anything. Like I was talking about on the live, you can go your whole entire life. I remember when I first started doing readings, and there were some people that would say, "Why do I need to have a reading?" I said, "You don't. Who told you you have to have a reading? You don't have to have a reading. You could live your whole life and never, ever, ever speak to a psychic, an astrologer, a healer, never know about your chakras, absolutely never know about anything that we are taught, never know about Ganesha, don't have no clue who Lakshmi is, don't know who Osiris is. You don't have to know about your frequency. You don't have to know about your energy, and you can live a fabulous, absolutely fabulous life. It is not required. But if you have a calling and you have answered that calling, then that's the reason why you know. That's the reason why you have the understanding that you have. That is not a curse. Neither is a curse. People are okay with where they are and how they are. You understand? The only thing that I personally feel that is difficult to live on this planet at this time of knowing is without the knowing of who you are. And that is the message our ancestors left for us. They didn't say no astrology, even though it is a powerful, powerful tool. This is what makes you a superhero here in real life, a real life superhero. When you know these different things, it can enhance your understanding of yourself. It was designed to help be a map for you. It was designed to be a guide for you. It was not here to even govern your life. And if you're using it that way, I want to challenge you. I want to challenge you if you're using anything that way, be it myself or be it your mama, be it your man, your woman, your child, your neighbor, your mother, your father, your grandmother, if you're using anyone in that way, you are doing yourself a great disservice. There is nothing greater than learning how to love you and learning how to trust yourself. Nothing. Nothing greater than being able to listen to your higher self. Now, that doesn't mean that you will never need help, that you will never have to pick up a book, that you will never have to ask a person a question. That doesn't mean that. We all came back because we agreed that we wanted to be in connection with one another. But we are sovereign beings. We are learning about what real soul leadership means. It's healing, it's forgiving, it's full of growth, and it's full of creativity, it's full of expansion. You understand? Because then you can bring what you know to the table and I can share what I know to the table and we can exchange that. And so there will be things in the way that you express some of the same things that I know that is different. And it's up to the soul to agree whether that's in alignment with their soul or not. That's why we have soul groups, because there's people out here that do this same kind of teaching, but they're teaching it a completely different way. And we're like, our soul don't vibe, we don't vibrate with that. And then there are many people who teach it like this, but they have different specialties in different kinds of ways. So many people are using this spirituality to hold people back, to make you play small, to make you think that you live in a material world, but you're not supposed to have shit that is material. You are supposed to digress yourself from everything that is material, but they're constantly asking you to take their class. They constantly asking you to pay for something. Well, how are you supposed to do that if you don't have a healthy relationship with material? You are material. A part of your essence that allows you to exist here is material. So you have to get used to understanding that. But the key is it's not that you're really afraid of material. You're not responsible with material. So when someone tells me that they're having a hard time with their finances, they're having a hard time manifesting things, they're having a hard time with these essentials that we need, you're letting me know you are afraid of your own power and how to be responsible, not with life, but how to be responsible with you. And that's what I feel my teaching help you do. Stop being scared of yourself and know that you can handle all of your own power and you can be responsible with you. You're not going to get out here and unleash some dragon. That's simply not going to happen. Not when you know truly who you are and not when you truly love yourself. That's not going to happen. It's not designed for that to happen. We are on a journey of expansion. That's what we are. We're not on a conscious journey, even though people call it coming into consciousness. That's not the journey you're on. You're in the great awakening of expansion. So, can you expand? Expand your thoughts, expand your understanding of the world, expand who you are, how you understand yourself, and what you feel you're learning about yourself in this world. Can you expand beyond the pride land? Or you got to stay and keep playing yourself small and keep pointing your fingers at other people outside yourself that you don't have a fucking clue about their consciousness and how they got to where they are. Because the world will trick you out of your gifts. The world will trick you out of your power. The world will use your emotion against you. It will use your feelings to corrupt your mind even more than it is. We are going to see, hopefully soon, some shifts and understanding in what we're calling mental illness and mental disturbance, because a lot of that, even though, and I never will make light of this, and I said it before, I have people in my family that struggle mentally, but a lot of it comes from the perception of the outside world programming. I would say less than maybe 3% requires medication. Everybody else, it's a lack of understanding who they truly are about their own love and their own power. Quiet as it's kept, I'm not a doctor and I'm not a psychiatrist, but I know I done healed quite a few people to assist them in getting their mental mind back in balance and alignment so that they can learn more about who they are. Not because I say so, because they have told me so. And it's come from them learning how to love themselves, how to be empowered with themselves, how to learn how to connect with their higher self, and to get out of fear because the conscious mind is dripped in fear. That's what it is. And so there are polarities here. And those polarities is either you are in love or you are in fear. And half of the world is in fear. They are locked in fear, if not in every area of their lives, in a lot of area of their lives. And so we are having these alignments, the planets. Remember, Venus lives inside of you. All of the planets are inside of you. All of the gods and goddesses are inside of you. Your ancestors are flowing and speaking through the blood that is flowing through you. God, the source, and I'm talking about the source God, that God, you are a reflection. You are a particle of that God that you have inside of you. This is what the Great Awakening is about. Can you awaken the God powers that live inside of you? Not so you can control and dominate and talk shit to people or have people follow you like you got a cult or bow down to you, but so that you can bring that full expression to the tapestry of all of us coming together and uniting, just like superpowers, just like the Transformers. Transformers activate. And that's what we've been called to do, like superheroes. Can you activate that within you? Well, if you're caught up in the illusion that you can't make enough money, that nobody loves you, that you can never be happy, or the place that you live doesn't want you there, or none of this is real. And I don't believe that that's a healthy way of looking at your life, that it's not real. Because if you are the creator of it, if you tell me my life ain't real, then hell, I ain't real. And I'm real. I'm real. But you can only do that when you stand in your sovereignty and your power, and you can take responsibility for what you're doing. That's what you have to do. And I will keep screaming this until I can't say it anymore. Stay out of your mind. The mind is what's driving the world insane. Get into your higher self. For most people, I will say stay out of your heart. But many of you have done the work, so you truly know how to go in your heart because the heart is neutral. And that's what most people don't understand about the heart. The heart is neutral. So all of this, we talking about the heart, these are mind-made emotions that have overrode the heart. And the ego has the ability to override your intuition and make you think most people are only living from their brain, their conscious mind. Mhm. Heart and feather. That's why the Egyptians talk about that in the Hall of Justice. Is your heart as light as a feather? Of course it is. Of course it is. Because the heart is neutral. It is nothing else but light as a feather, despite what we want to say it's feeling. Now, don't get me wrong, the mind is a genius as long as you're doing something logical. But like, I got to pay my bills, I got to pay my taxes, I got to put gas in my car, I need to go grocery shopping, you know? I need to drop my clothes off at the cleaners. Yeah, the mind is great for that. I got to pick my kids up at 2 o'clock. Yeah, the mind is excellent for that. I got to do some math calculations. I need to know if this slide that I'm making, did I get the colors right? Am I lining it up right? Yeah, the mind is a genius at that. What's my purpose? The mind can't answer that. Should I stay in Chicago? The mind can come up with some very good answers about whether you should move or whether you should go. But guess what? Your higher self will come up with the answer you never thought was possible for you. It will be something that your mind could never imagine. So that song by Robert Glasper that he sings and Michelle Indigo Cello, and I can't remember the other sister on that album, about better than you could ever imagine. That song, in its essence, when I hear it, it is talking about the higher self, your intuition. Stop listening to your mind, stay out of your heart, and listen to your intuition, and you will be shocked and in awe. Because when the intuition speaks, it is something the mind could never imagine. The mind would have never came up. Can the mind come up with some good shit? Absolutely. Is the mind a genius? Absolutely. But when you are tapped into your intuition, baby, it's a whole new world. And everything that I do, everything that I offer, that's what I teach you. So you can tap into your higher self and your intuition, learn how to trust yourself. And the sister that sings that song is her, beautiful her. Yeah. hmm That's it. That's it. So, on that note, whew, I'm so happy that we are having this full moon. We will soon be getting into the new moon. Before we get ready to get to the new moon, but this moon is about our desires. And remember what I told you about wishes and desires. Only the heart can answer the quest of wishes and desire. That's why most people don't believe in wishes and they tell you to stay away from desires because they're not truly connected to their heart. Because that's the only way wishes can be fulfilled and desires can be met. And we're talking about the higher side of desires and wishes that come from your soul. All right. Y'all know I'm going to do it before I get out of here. Let me see if I can do it. She drips fire, baby. She drips fire. Uh-oh. This is a lot. This is a lot. Yes, she drips fire. I cannot wait. I cannot wait until you guys taste this because you will be able to give me some feedback about what you think about this. There's already been some blind tests done around the country and around the world with the company that I'm working with. So we know she drips fire for real, baby. Uh, but I was the one who dressed her with She Drips Fire. Me and Baby Blue, we dressed her with this. She Drips Fire. Yeah. So, yeah. Well, that's all I have. I would love to hear your thoughts about the share. I would love to hear your thoughts about the share. I would love to hear your takeaways. Let me know if you're still listening after the share, then down in the comments, maybe you can put a fire and a heart emoji and then share with me some of your takeaways of this pink moon, because we will be having this beautiful, beautiful energy of Venus and Libra and this pink, beautiful moon. I am Ms.Blue, the Soulful Oracle. Texas rapper always doing promos. Who's a Texas rapper? Sauce Walker. Oh, I know who Sauce Walker is. Yeah, but his sauce ain't She Drips Fire. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, Lola Falana, don't worry. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. So that's going to do it. I'm going to get ready to get out of here. I had so much fun tonight. I hope you all did too. And I'm glad. I'm so happy about my slides. I really am. I'm happy about my slides. I hope y'all are happy about my slides too. I was trying to see if I can put the slide up here. I'm sure I can. Let me do it again. Yeah. Put the slides and me up here again. And yeah, 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 yeah. We had that many? How come we ain't going? Oh, we only going back. Wait, let's go all the way up here. Ta-da! Yep, there we go. So I love you all. Have an amazing, wonderful, beautiful full moon in Libra. I love you all. Love you all. I'm gonna have me a little liquid magic nightcap here. I might go watch Maya and the B3. Thank you, Jennifer. Maya and the B3, the golden orb. I may go watch it again. I may go watch it again. So peace and love, so family. Peace and love. Ciao. Oracle kisses. I love you all so much. Love you too. Love you all so much. What? Okay. Hold on, you guys. I gotta figure something out here. I gotta figure something out. What they want from me. What they want from me. Okay. All right. Okay.